2, 1, and we're rocking and rolling with Kyle Kulinski on Kyle and Corin. How hard do you think it is to make a song? You know how like there's rappers and musicians and they have ghostwriters that like come up with these lyrics? Do you think it's like hard to do, or some people just have that talent?
Got it. I'm totally convinced that that is not something that's teachable.
Yeah.
I don't think that's teachable. I think just like, you know how some people are able to be like very charismatic and convincing talkers and some people are not.
Yeah.
I feel like music's the same thing, except if anything more pronounced than that. Like some brilliant artists, they'll just come up with some banging shit on the fly.
Yeah.
And then for somebody like me, if I had to make a song, like
You could
there's no way.
probably freak it with something though. You ever see the interview with Eminem on 60 Minutes, and he like rhymes orange with
Yep.
like something that didn't rhyme with orange?
Yeah, he found a way. No, to be fair to me, I what I do is when I pet our dog Phoebe, whose nickname is Stinky, and I call Stinky. I have like for some reason whenever I'm petting her, I just start coming up with new songs
That's
to
what I'm
pet her
saying.
to. So the original one was "You the stinkiest girl in the whole wide world, you the stinkiest girl in the whole wide world, you so stinky," and I would just keep going.
That's kind of a banger.
And I know, and it ends with like "you so stinky," and then the kids started singing it because I started doing that, and then some nights I'll be petting her and a new song will just come out, and I'm like, okay, I got a new dog petting song. So for some reason, the only time I lock into my musical ability is when I'm petting the dog. I don't know why.
I mean, yeah, that's a talent within itself, is to come up with like pet songs. You should kind of maybe reach out to like Petco or some food company and come up with like a catchy ass jingle for their shit.
That's the way we're gonna make it. I'm gonna make $20 million off of a pet jingle.
But I mean, some of the lyrics I listen to on, I mean, I guess it's just hip hop, that some of the lyrics are kind of just crazy stupid, but the beat is so good that you still have to like go with it. And it's like more poppy songs. I feel like country gets the like kind of the stereotype of like just say the words like whiskey, pickup truck, and like beer, and you'll be good for that song. Like each category or genre of music has their type of like theme for their music. Pop could be like Taylor Swift breakup.
So you just reminded me of this. First of all, I know you sent to Crystal the other day.
Yeah.
That you were saying like make Kyle listen to Big X the Plug.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do. I haven't done it yet, but I'm gonna do that because you made it sound like this is definitely my wheelhouse.
Yo,
right? Like I would love his shit.
He had some like, so I was trying to think of where I heard his song, because there's one that like I think is, and I learned it later. I was watching TV and a Wingstop commercial came on and I heard the song. It's the one, it's like they say I'm the biggest, the largest, and then it's like it's got like this country theme to it, and it's in the Wingstop commercial, and that's where I was like, it was in my head, and I was like, why do I keep hearing this song, or why do I know this song? And then I put on hip hop when I was like going for a run, like the playlist, and his songs kept coming up, and that one came on. So I started listening to other shit, and it kind of was like someone that was like had that old school, like whenever we were in high school, was that 05?
05, yeah, we would have been
Yeah,
2
like
years in 05. Yeah.
04, 05, like down south, just like deep voice, good beat. And I was like, Kyle would fuck with this dude. And it was like, he's from Texas, but he had that same theme as like old school New Orleans, like just deep voice, big dude. Like even before he sings, remember how like Lil Wayne like would like spark his.
Yep.
This dude, his shit is like, he like clears his throat in like a nasty but cool kind of way. He's like, and it just works with him.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do. So for next week's Kyle and Corin, you and me both have homework.
Yeah.
My homework is I have to listen to 3 Big X the Plug songs you sent me. Okay. Your homework is you got to listen to 3 songs from this West Coast rapper, this OG from the 90s, named Sugar Free.
Okay.
I'll send you 3 Sugar Free songs, and we'll listen to that, and then we'll come back and tell everybody, because this Sugar Free dude, oh my god. So the way I found him, was somebody on Twitter posted, this was during the Kendrick Lamar Drake rap beef.
Yep.
They posted like, Kendrick beat Drake rapping like this. And then it was a video of a Sugar Free music video from like 1998 or something. and it was like really funny, but also really good. Like the beat was dope, and the rap was good, but it was like kind of funny too.
Yeah.
And so that was a funny tweet. And then I was like, who is this guy? And so I did a little digging, and I found out it was Sugar Free, and he's like a West Coast legend. His music never made it to like the East Coast. Like nobody gives a fuck about him on the East Coast.
Yep.
But people on the West Coast would be like, oh, Sugar Free, like he's the GOAT. Sort of like how with Jadakiss,
I was just gonna say
he was like East Coast like legend.
Yep.
Sugar Free's a West Coast legend. So I'll send you 3 Sugar Free songs.
Yeah.
You send me 3 Big X the Plug songs. And then the other point I was gonna make is when you said about like the way that people rap. Drill rap beats are always so good.
Drill rap. Yeah, what kind is drill rap?
So I gotta like send you it. I can't even explain it. I'll just send it to you. It's like, oh, here's a good example. If you know any Pop Smoke songs, Pop Smoke is a drill rapper.
Yeah.
And his beats are always fire.
Yeah.
And then, but what's interesting is that with a lot of drill rappers, like the beat will be fire, but then they'll rap like trash. But somehow it works because the beat is so good that you're like, I don't even care that he's off beat and he sounds weird. Like this works somehow.
Doesn't matter. And that's my point is some of the lyrics I'm listening and I'm like, this is straight garbage. Like I don't like they're one repeating the same thing, 2 talking about some shit that I can't even relate to at all, and 3 it just like makes absolutely no sense. But like the beat is so good where you're like, but it is wild that like that West Coast, East Coast, to your point, like this Sugar Free could be like the Jadakiss of the West Coast, where like Jadakiss to me is like top 3, like all time.
Yeah,
like,
same. Yeah, same.
Like I had his CDs, like banger after banger after banger, but like if you take him out to the West Coast, not like people might not even know who he is. Like on some,
No.
Yeah, I've heard of him. Was he an actor or something like that? Like they don't even know any of his songs. That's like this Sugar. You know who's like that? The super fan for the Golden State Warrior, like E40.
Oh yeah, E40. Yeah.
Like,
I know him.
He's got some good ass songs.
Yep.
But I maybe knew like one of them. But then I started listening to more, and I was like, damn, these are all his shit. But out there, they're probably like all of it is him.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for the South, they got rappers like that in the South too. One of them is Big Crit. This guy, Big Crit. He like in the East, nobody knows him.
Yep.
On the West Coast, nobody knows him. But in the South, that's like everybody knows him.
Yeah.
It's really weird how it works like that, right? It's almost like shows you how unfair the music game is. That like if the music game was run fairly, we would know
all of them,
all of these people, but they don't. Like it's all about money and connections.
Yep.
So only certain ones actually break through to national prominence, but it's just like what they feed us. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just feeding us, oh, this is the shit now. And I don't know about you, but I'll say something controversial. But I was never a big Jay-Z guy, bro. I was never a big Jay-Z guy. Like there were some songs that were okay, but I didn't like I don't like his voice. Like I don't like the way his voice sounds. Now to be fair, I also don't like the way my own voice sounds, so like I'm a self-critic on that shit.
I was just gonna say that too. I don't like my voice on videos too.
Yeah, I sound like trash on when I'm on video, but like he's a rapper, like his whole shit is also his voice.
You're supposed to have
I just never got it.
Yeah.
I never like I can understand. I'm not a big Eminem guy,
Same,
but I understand why he's viewed as one of the GOATs because his lyrics are crazy and his rhyme schemes are crazy, and he can also rhyme like super fast and shit.
Yeah.
So I get it. I genuinely don't get Jay-Z. Like when you and I always said the East Coast West Coast beef, Biggie versus Tupac.
Yeah.
To me, that wasn't even a competition. I think Tupac is way better than Biggie.
Oh,
I know that's controversial too. I know it's controversial. Like I like the way Biggie raps, the like fat guy voice and shit.
Yeah.
And he's got some bangers. But like a Tupac song, like any Tupac song you play, I'm like, oh shit, this is hard.
Yeah.
Whereas with Biggie, he can miss. He can miss. Like when he was talking about sucking somebody's daddy's dick in that song. Remember that? He had a line in one of the songs
No.
where he's like, she looks so good, I'll suck her daddy's dick. Like, yo.
Damn, I do not remember that, but if he had that lyric, I wish I knew the song, but there was a song they were playing on the radio this weekend. It was like the chorus was some shit that guys cannot sing. And it kept repeating, and the DJ was like, fellas, sit this one out. Don't sing this part. Like, and I was driving with Molly and I was cracking up and she was like, what did he just say? I was like, oh, like, listen to whatever this chorus is. He was basically telling all the guys to like sit this part out and not sing it. Like, I fuck with a good DJ who gives you a heads up of like, fellas, don't sing this part of the song right here.
Was it like an Ariana Grande high note or some shit?
No, it was basically like, it was like sit on the D, like sit on the B, sit on the, like it was like some shit where it just kept repeating like a weird line, And but it flowed, and the girl who was like rapping it was like killing it. So like if you were confident in yourself to like say the line, it was like a good beat or whatever. But like the DJ was even like, "Don't even try it, fellas. Like stick this one out."
By the way, it was so funny that Molly tried to look for the song that I was like desperately searching
Yeah.
for. She went in. I got to give her credit for going in, but when you sent me the link and I played it, I was like, this shit is
Not even
nowhere
close, right?
near.
Yeah, I think other people tried to send it in too, and then
No way. It doesn't exist. I'm telling you, it's gone,
yeah,
bro. It
that
is
one is
gone
the
with the wind.
Rapskis.
It was on some mixtape probably from like 2004 that they played on the radio that year, and it was just it's just gone. I don't even know who the rapper was. Usually I could tell who the rapper back then, especially because I followed it all.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, I know who this. I didn't even know who the rapper was.
yeah.
So I'm just done. Like it's a shame because that I wish I could play that song today. I would bump it like 100 times in a row.
I get tight at my memory when like there's just so many good songs through our like whole lifespan that
Yeah.
occasionally when a good radio station will start playing like oldies, like you remember like I'm sprung.
Of course, I got
Like
that in my library.
that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
yeah.
Like, see, like I'm not good with my library and setting up playlists. So like when that shit comes on the radio, I'm like, damn, one, it takes me back to like a time where it's just like you're not worrying about anything, everything's good.
Yep.
And it was like a banger that like there's so many songs like
Yeah.
that I wish I could just remember all of them. And that
Bro,
I
you
just
got
I
to talk
don't.
to me, man. I remember like all of them.
I know
Like
when you ran through your playlist, I kind of like was like going through like I was like already thinking like, damn, he's hitting every generation, every kind of like genre.
every genre that you and I both like. Remember at my wedding, a bunch of people were coming up to me at my wedding like, "Your music is so on point." And I
Yeah,
was like, "Guess who picked it, dog? I
yeah,
picked all of it." I
yeah,
gave the DJ a list like, "Here's what we're doing." And then I was like, "You're responsible for picking the time and the place and when it makes sense and when it doesn't make sense, but this is what we're doing."
yeah,
And then everybody was like, "Yo, the songs are fire."
yep,
Yeah. I don't know. I was never big on like downloading music and listening to it. I was always more of a leave the radio on type dude.
yeah,
Whether it was back in the day, like FM radio, or eventually became Sirius XM radio, I'll just leave it on the '90s station or the 2000s or hip hop or whatever or R&B shit. But within the past like 5 years, I started slowly but surely like, oh, let me download this, and I have it in my iTunes. Just download,
I gotta
download,
start doing that.
and then now the shit has grown where it's like I probably have in the library 90% of the songs that I know I like.
Hmm.
And so I may be missing a few here and there, but I'll eventually hear it again on the radio on some station on Sirius XM, be like, oh, I remember this, and then put it down. Sometimes, bro, this happens to me a bunch. This is how you know I'm old, right? Is I'll be in the grocery store and they'll play a grocery store banger where I'm like, oh, I forgot about this song. This shit is dope. Some like John Cicada song. And you're like, oh, downloading this one.
Well, who's
And
John?
like, that's, oh, John Cicada? Hold up.
Yeah,
I
what did
can't
he?
play it because we're going to get our shit rocked.
Oh
But
yeah,
hold
yeah.
on.
Um,
I'll tell you the names of the, I'll tell you the names of his
the
songs. And I can,
places that get me good with music is yes, the grocery store. They'll occasionally hit me with like some old school like Ashley Simpson or like maybe like who else like Vanessa Carlton type of songs. Also, you know
Mhm.
who has like sometimes banger? I feel like Five Below plays shit sometimes where you're walking through the aisles. You ever been to Five Below?
No.
Oh, dude, it's such a good store. You got to bring the kids there. It's like everything's literally $5 and below. Like they don't even like they might
Oh,
have
shit.
shit that's more expensive, but their $5 and below shit is like good shit.
That shit's about to go out of business with the tariffs.
Yeah, no, true it is. But they have a candy section too. It's not the same as the candy section as like a Dollar General, but Five Below's candy section is kind of bomb, and they have like you could fill up a bag with like 10 pieces of candy for like $1. The Yeah, the store's kind of off the chains. That like if you need a birthday present, shout out to Five Below because they kind of bless. They got a lot of
You're
good
also
shit.
the king. You're the king of going to the Goodwills too.
Yeah, good, like the
You've
Goodwills
had
in New
some
York.
scores.
I know.
You've had some scores. You came out with Jordans one time.
I come out with like the Goodwills in Illinois where I was by like Gurnee, Illinois. So if you want to go to some Goodwills and get some bangers, go out to like go to Gurnee and then just type in Goodwill and there's like seven just spitted around in the area. I used to hit all them pretty routinely. And they had like throwback shirts. I found like throwback hats with like tags. I found like because it was Chicago. So I don't know for whatever reason, like shit from downtown Chicago used to make its way out to the suburbs. but like old school championship Chicago Bulls like
Oh
hats
my God,
with the
that's
tags on
crazy.
them. And it was like when remember when the Michael Jordan documentary came out, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
last
yeah.
whatever,
Last Dance, yeah.
everything Bulls on eBay was going crazy. And
Wow.
I didn't end up like selling them. Now they probably still go for like 65, $70 a hat. I was buying them
Wow.
for like $1.50.
Oh my
They had a
God.
lot.
That's so crazy. I know that the Goodwill stores, there's like if you are picking up golf, if you go to a Goodwill
They
store,
got
you can
shit.
get a full set of clubs for like next to no money at
Yeah.
all, bro.
You know
Yeah,
what
it's great.
a good ass feeling is, and I don't do it too much, but there's people that do this a lot. They do we were texting me, you and Crystal about like the housing market, but there's like estate sales and I mean like old school garage sales and tag sales where like people just want to get rid of their shit, and
That's
sometimes
how I got my first place. That's how I got my first place.
an estate sale.
Yeah. So what happened was the person who lived there
Yeah.
passed away
Oh,
and their kids inherited it. And they wanted to dump it as quickly as possible.
yeah.
And so I came in, I was like, let's do a deal, let's do
That's
this.
what's up.
And I got it for nothing compared to what shit goes for.
Well, now,
Nothing.
yeah. Well, now we were just talking. So we bought our house here in New York, and it was like we put an offer in of where we could be at, and there were people. There was like two or three other people that were putting cash offers, and
Oh my
I don't
God.
understand how someone could pay straight
Some of
cash.
some of it are businesses, bro. Some of it are these big corporations
Yeah,
that are trying to buy it up.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But they were getting cash offers like 50, 60, 70,000 above what we were
Above.
paying for the house. And like for whatever reason, to your point, like it's similar to how you got your spot, yours was before like the housing boom, which is clutch. We were buying it when like everyone was trying to buy a house, probably a year ago now. And it was there were three kids. Their parents were in an old age home, so they were selling the house for them. They were like 70 already, the kids though, but they grew up in this house and they were like live in another spot now. So they were just selling the house for the parents. And they like I hope the lady doesn't listen to this podcast because like we sent her like pictures of the family. We're like we're trying to raise our kids or whatever. And then Molly chat GPT like a letter basically saying like, you know, like we're moving like it was a nice letter and then she included pictures. But the lady really like resonated with our story and turned down all the other cash offers and accepted our bid at asking.
Oh, you got blessed.
We,
You got blessed.
OD blessed. And
You got blessed because that was a family that obviously didn't need the money.
yeah.
And so they were like, okay, we like you more. We're just going to sell it to you.
And that's what I said to Molly. I was like, I wonder, well, because we sold our house in Illinois, and I was like, we got like the most we could get out of it. But I was like, if someone kind of hit us with some sob story and was like, hey, we're trying to move out and start a family, like we have no kids yet, but we want to have kids in this house, and like it was like 30 or 40,000 less, I'd be like, fuck that person, just give me the money.
I mean, yeah, obviously the people who you bought it from, money was not an issue for
Yeah.
them, right?
Yeah.
Like they were stable, they were set, they didn't need the money, they have careers, they have it, etc. And God bless them, man, because a lot of people from that older generation, they burnt this whole shit down. Like
Oh,
they
really?
destroyed everything.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying how like the boomer generation, I mean, they're still holding on to power.
Yeah.
Like, bro, we're millennials. I'm 37.
Yeah.
Like, a 37-year-old can and should be president,
Yeah.
right? And we got a damn near 80-year-old dude as president. We got old-ass senators and Congress people dying. There were 2 Democrats who died just since Trump got elected.
Yeah, that shit was wild.
There was another one there was a story of this Republican congresswoman who got elected, then she just disappeared. And people were like, where the fuck is she? What's going on? And somebody did a little digging. Homie, she was in an old age home. She was in an old age home. Her brain didn't work anymore. She had full dementia. And she just got elected.
Well, look at
It's like, what the fuck is this country coming to
what's,
that you can't?
McConnell. How like so? My question to you, and I might have asked this shit before, but like, how does he keep winning? And like, when are his nominations? The same thing with like Marjorie Taylor Greene and like all the other crazy people. Like, I know they represent their kind of whatever territory, and are the people all kooky like them there? Like,
So for some of them, it's very, very ruby red districts.
Yeah.
Like as Republican can be, like 80-20 type Republican.
really?
Like those districts exist, right? But in the case of McConnell's actually an interesting case because Kentucky, at the state level, they vote for Democrats. At the federal level, they vote Republican. It's very interesting.
That's weird.
Because they have like a labor history there and stuff, so they vote Democrat at the state level. But McConnell in particular, he's a total fucking asshole, and he's horrible, and he's damn near dead.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
But-
he's like feigning.
But he delivered, I think, for the state, he delivered money.
Oh,
There's this thing called pork barrel spending where, like, in a bigger bill, you get a certain amount of money for a project you want to do in your state. And apparently he delivered big time on, like, the pork barrel projects there in Kentucky. And so that's why he kept getting elected. But it's a little more difficult now, number one, because he's about to die.
yeah.
Number two, because he sort of is in a weird place with Trump, where, like, the Republicans all want you to suck off Trump, and he mostly sucks off Trump, but every now and then he pisses off Trump. And so, like, he's sort of in a weird position. But yeah, he's so old. Bro, they had a picture of him, like, in a wheelchair, and then, like, you saw his aides trying to block the cameraman from taking a picture of it. Like, this guy is a United States senator. He's supposed to be representing us. Don't you think we have a right to know what's going on with his health
Yeah.
when he's 80 however years old? And they've been saying, there's been rumors that he's been really sick for like years now, that he was about to die any minute for years. So Lord only knows how he's hanging on. It really is the case that the worst people seem to live forever. Like Dick Cheney is still fucking around. He had like 3 heart transplants and he's still living.
Yeah.
How is that possible, bro?
Well, I mean, look at I mean, she was good. Well, I think she was good. I know, like, she's on T-Search and shit, but like Ruth Gators Binsberg.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Yeah.
Yo, say that shit 5 times fast. That shit's impossible.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
You could do
Ruth
it, but
Bader-
like any like random ass Ruth. Yeah, if it,
You said Ruth Gators Binsberg.
it's almost like the coin toss when you say that shit, like our coin toss when you reverse it. If you were to have a conversation, like that should be a Jimmy Kimmel skit when she passed away, is like Ruth Gators Ginsburg, and just see if anybody stops and corrects you. Yeah, she was like mad old, and then eventually she just like passed away. But like, there
That
could have
was
been
fucked up.
there could have been a younger person, or she could have like you have to be able to like move around and do shit. Like you
Bro.
can't be on your deathbed ruling on
Bro.
court decisions.
She had pancreatic cancer for years. And pancreatic cancer is one of the cancers that's like the worst.
Yeah,
Like if you get it, you're gonna die within a year.
yeah,
And she had it, and I mean, to be fair, whatever treatment she got, whatever high level ass treatment she got,
she was good for a
lived.
minute, right? Yeah,
She lived way longer than anybody expected her to. But I remember it was right before Obama, I think, had a meeting with her in his second term.
Mhm.
And the point of the meeting was like, hey, dog,
keep it moving. Yeah, like
you got pancreatic cancer, and I'm about to not be president anymore. And it's possible Hillary loses this shit. So
let's get it
I'm
right.
going to sort of need you to go ahead and step aside so I can pick somebody to fill your seat.
She was like,
And
fuck that.
apparently, she said, fuck that. But then also the annoying part is like the media and other Democrats really went hard in the paint for her, which is like this. He's not making a personal judgment.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has one of the better voting records on the court. Nobody's denying that. But his point is, if a Republican wins and gets to pick the seat, we are Fucksville,
Yeah,
dog.
he's not trying to appoint a conservative in there. He's trying to bless like for future decades.
Exactly. And they went so hard on like the female empowerment, like woman card. They were trying to, don't ask this amazing female justice to say. It's like, has nothing to do with that. In fact, he's gonna pick another woman. He picked Sonia Sotomayor and he picked Elena Kagan. Those are 2 women. He'll pick another fucking woman.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
We're just trying to save the country here. And of course, we all know how it worked out. Trump got to pick like 78,000 fucking judges in his time, and it was like, oh, okay, so now we're fucked that way too.
I feel like so. I mean, you know this better than I do, but I feel like sometimes the Democrats can't even just like get out of their own way. It's like they're picking fights about all the wrong shit, and I don't like. This isn't the right topic because obviously it's very serious what Trump is doing with the guy from Maryland. But I feel like are they staying on this topic a lot more than any other subjects? More that like I feel like this is one of those like let's focus on this one guy, and a lot of other shit is going on.
So here's what's going on. You have some who are focusing on it and who are doing a great job.
Mhm.
And then you have others in the party who are trying to say, oh, Trump's strongest issue is immigration, and you guys are taking the bait on immigration, and that's only going to help him. So you shouldn't focus on this at all. Gavin Newsom said that. There was some other, 2 other anonymous centrist Democrats that said it in an Axios article. But here's the thing. First of all, they did a poll on do you support rounding people up and shipping them to an El Salvador slave labor camp. And it came out 26% support Trump doing that. And that's exactly what he's doing here without due process. There's no hearing, there's no nothing. He's basically kidnapping them and human trafficking them, right? And so the polling shows, yes, this is something you should scream about. But beyond that, man, like, this shit is the whole ball game. If Trump is able to just round up anybody and send them to a concentration camp overseas, and that's what this is, bro. It's if law doesn't apply, if they say there is no law here and we're just going to send you there, that's what defines a concentration camp and makes it not a jail or not a prison, is that there was no law, there was no due process. We just sent you there without any questions asked, without any procedure. And so even from just like a moral perspective, not only do I want them to scream about it, the only part of it that triggers me a little bit, this makes my autism tingle a little bit, is that it's not just Kilmar Abrego Garcia. The reason why everybody's focusing on him in particular is because the Department of Justice admitted in court that sending him was an administrative error. They said, like, yeah, we had one more seat, and we said, okay, we'll go for this guy, and we didn't really want him, but we went with him. And so the person admitted that, and so that's what everybody sort of focused on, to say, wait, you're shipping somebody without a hearing, without a trial, without any procedures, you're sending him to El Salvador, and you got the wrong guy? And then after we call that out, you say, sorry, we're just going to leave him there? So that's why they focused on that. But there's other examples of, like, there's this gay makeup artist
remember you
who was rounded up and shipped there. There's this guy who has a younger brother who has autism, and so he has an autism awareness tattoo.
And they thought it was some gang shit.
Yes, so Immigrations and Custom Enforcement saw the tattoo and used that to ship him there. These guys don't even have criminal records, bro. These guys are like, they're totally innocent of any wrongdoing whatsoever, and they were just rounded up and shipped off. I mean, I've never seen anything this bleak.
I'm not going to front, though. Was the stuff on his hand, did that not, like, equate to some MS? Like, because it was a marijuana leaf?
No, they lied, bro. So they took, first of all, the people who spread that lie it literally originated from a Nazi Twitter account, like an openly Nazi Twitter account. That's point number one. Point number two is Trump was holding up a picture that shows the tattoos on his hands and was saying, see, violent gang member, criminal, et cetera, right? Well, guess what? They photoshopped the tattoos to say MS-13. The tattoos had nothing to do with MS-13. If you look at actual MS-13 gang tattoos, the shit is in giant letters. It says MS-13. They literally wrote MS-13, and if you zoom in, you could tell it was written. They're just fucking, they are so shameless.
Yeah,
and this is part of the Trump playbook. Trump learned this from the mob lawyer, Roy Cohn. He taught him never, ever, ever admit fault, never back down, never correct yourself. You plow ahead like a bull in a china shop at all costs. And that's what he's doing. And the thing is, anybody who's familiar with this stuff and really follows it knows how much they're fucking lying, right? But to your point, like, you were even a little confused. Wait,
I saw it. I was like...
And that's their goal, right? Their goal is to do that so that people who don't follow this stuff that closely go, well, some people say he's MS-13, some people say he's not, so what are you going to do? Like, think about this, Corin. If he was MS-13 and they wanted to deport him, right? You could easily go through due process and then deport him. Because you had the process and you proved it. Hey, he's a gang member. We want him out of the country. Okay, fine. Any president would do that. Literally any president would do that. But the reason why they're not having the hearings is because they know they don't have the right people. On them. And they don't give a fuck. They don't care.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. So, and then there was the other thing where, so was there was it a governor that met with him in El Salvador or some shit?
So that was a senator, Chris Van Hollen. So that was the senator from Maryland.
Oh, okay. So he's on his side. He's trying to get him back, or is that guy just like? Because low key, if I'm a senator or governor or whatever, like, it's a good time to kind of get your name awareness out there right now. If like it's good PR for you to meet with him and get publicity and like get the Democrats behind you, like, yeah, we like this guy. So like low key, it's smart of that dude and anybody else to back this guy, because to your point, it's like, yo, they have no just cause to send him over here. I'm gonna fight for this dude. So like I saw like Crystal and you, like everyone was kind of praising this dude. I'm surprised there's not more people. Like why isn't like
There
AOC
are.
or maybe the oh okay. There are like
There
people
are.
that are
So
defending
right
him.
now, there's a delegation of like, I want to say it's 3 or 4 Congress people who just went today.
Oh, okay. But did it
So
start
they're
with
all
that
like,
guy?
it started with that guy. He was the first
So
one
good on
to
that
actually
guy.
go to El Salvador. And also, like, they're learning now, right? Like, when Cory Booker did his 25-hour
Fuck that
speech on the
shit,
floor
man.
of
I was
Congress,
like, did he actually
well,
stand up there for 25 hours? At like,
bro, not only did he stand up there for 25 hours, he didn't piss or shit or eat.
that's what I was saying. Like, how is that even? That's on some like David Blaine shit.
So my guess is he may have done what what's his face did. Strom Thurmond, the guy who did a 24-hour filibuster decades ago. I think you can take one step outside of the Senate
Oh, okay.
and then piss in like a jar or some shit and then go back in. That's what Strom Thurmond did. I don't know. If Cory Booker, he must have not like he straight up must have had a catheter in or was wearing a diaper
But
or something.
even eating or like so like but even so he had to speak for like he was speaking for 25 hours.
So he was speaking for 25 hours. The only breaks he got is when he got to bring in another senator if they want to ask him a question. But obviously they could only, the questions weren't crazy long,
Yeah.
right? Maybe if he's lucky he gets a 10-minute break or whatever the fuck. But that's it. So anyway, the point I was going to make is he went from nobody caring about him at all, like 0% in a Democratic primary poll. He shot up to second. And he only got like 11% or something, but he
Yeah.
went from nothing to 11%
Yeah.
like that. And so what Democrats are learning, and it's crazy it took them this long to learn it, is the power of spectacle. Like, there's power in what Chris Van Hollen did. There's power in that. It's saying, hey, man, if our government rounds you up and ships you off and there's no due process, I'm going to fight for your rights. Like, I'm going to go down there and try to get you out. I'm going to make a big deal out of it.
Yep.
And, like, Democrats are learning, like, oh, wait, as a politician, I have to do politics? Oh, okay. I thought I could just be lazy as fuck and do nothing and say nothing and have people vote for me. It's like, no, that's not how it works anymore. And the right has been destroying the left on this forever.
Yep.
They make a big deal out of everything. They scream about everything. They make spectacle out of everything. And this is the first time in a long time I'm seeing Democrats do that shit. And it's paying off. Now everybody loves Chris Van Hollen, right?
I'm curious why, and maybe there is, but I don't think there's any. But do you think if Luigi Mangione was on the right, there'd be people like defending him OD and
First of all, there are people defending him and they're on the left.
oh, that's what I was gonna say. Like, yeah, I didn't think there was anyone on the left, but I was saying like almost on some who was Rittenhouse, like how he kind of turned into this like right wing hero, like I couldn't imagine that on the left for Luigi, but you're saying there are some people that are defending
Oh
him?
my God. Are you kidding me? People have Luigi shirts and Luigi hats and
But people of power?
Luigi... No, nobody with power.
Well, that's what
no,
I'm saying.
all,
Yeah, like there'd
regular people.
be there's Republican people with power that were defending Rittenhouse. I feel like that would
right,
never happen on the
George
left.
Zimmerman. Yeah. I kind of agree with you. I think the best you're going to get, and some Democrats said this to be fair, the best you're going to get is like, of course they say, look, murder's wrong, period. But then they go on to say, the reason why this became a big deal and the reason why some people like look at this guy as a hero is because the guy he killed was the CEO of a health insurance company. And how many people has the health insurance company killed by not paying out on their claims?
Yeah.
People go bankrupt from medical bills. People die because their treatment is not covered by their health insurance.
Yep.
So why is it that you could have 25,000 dead bodies over here, which this guy is responsible for, and you can have one on the other side, but all we're talking about is this one?
Yeah.
Right? That's the point people make. And so, yeah, like when there were the anti-Trump protests that have been happening, the hands-off protests, some of the people are wearing Luigi hats and they're wearing Luigi shirts and shit. So this is a moment, bro. Like all the liberals are getting radicalized like a motherfucker. Did you see? There was some dude who's just like a normie liberal guy. He wrote like a Substack article where the title was, "When do we get to kill them?"
Jeez.
And then he goes on to say shit like, hey man, like I'm peaceful just like anybody else, but here you have a government that's saying, whatever, we're going to invade Greenland, we're going to steal Gaza, we're going to take the Panama Canal, we're going to warmonger with Canada, we're going to do a trade war with the entire world, we're going to rip up the Constitution and lock people up and throw away the key without any due process whatsoever. and Elon Musk is destroying the government and cutting whatever he wants to cut, and people are going to get their health care cut, et cetera, et cetera. He's like, at what point do we realize they play by no rules and they don't give a fuck and nothing is going to stop them except this?
Yeah.
And then what happened was the Secret Service showed up at his house. He wrote an article saying, when do we get to kill them? Then the Secret Service showed up at his house and we're questioning him. And he posted about it on Twitter and showed the picture of the Secret Service questioning him. Isn't that crazy?
That is,
like, bro,
yeah.
to just say that shit publicly, like, that's OD. Like, I was saying, my position is impeach this motherfucker, remove this motherfucker for office, criminally charge him, and charge all these other criminals in his administration who are on a daily basis committing crime after crime after crime. This dude, who was probably to the right of me politically, right? Like, I'm to his left. He was like, bro, viva la revolution. I'm ready. I'm Che Guevara in this bitch. Like, let's get to shooting.
I mean, I kind of am okay with the FBI showing up at his shit and kind of questioning him, because that's
they got to. You can't. That's like literally against the law. To do a direct threat of violence is against the law.
That's what I'm saying.
Now, what he did, it was bordering on a direct threat of violence, right? Like, it wasn't really a direct threat of violence, but it was bordering on it. So they handled it right, and that they showed up. And my understanding is they had the conversation, they wrote it down, and then they left. I don't think he's going to get charged or anything like that. But he went right up to that fucking line. He was a millimeter away from that line. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. And it's also crazy, though, that a lot of the crimes that, or like mass shootings or whatever that happen in the country are from U.S. citizens, you know? So it's like all the people
all of them are.
Like, yeah, like the Florida State shit was like his mom or something was like a deputy sheriff or something like that. Like,
bro, that's right. I forgot about that. I was supposed to cover it, but it didn't make it to the show. But that dude was hardcore MAGA.
Yeah.
Like super pro-Trump.
Mm-hmm. And it's like,
and then it happens and nobody even talks about it.
They don't even talk about it. And I think it was, you ever see, it's like this stupid show, Billy on the Street. It's like this guy, Billy, not Billie Eilish, because that's, or maybe is Billie Eilish.
That's a singer. That's a female singer. Yeah.
But he's like a gay dude, and he goes on like on the street in New York City, and he just puts a microphone in people's faces and like will say something wild and like hand him $1 or something like that. He played some game with like one of the people on the show, and it was like, tell me if these people are a U.S. citizen or like an immigrant. And he named, like, he would be like Gloria Stefan, and the guy would be like the immigrant, and he'd be like, all right, the Unabomber, and he'd be like U.S. citizen. And he kept going down, and every U.S. person he mentioned was like some criminal, like crazy, like, and it's just funny how like everything that's happening is like a U.S. citizen or someone who's like MAGA or just fed up with like our political system, and all the people that are getting in the news like deported, or like there's, you know, big stories of people riled up about it, are like not doing anything criminal, and they're like,
I know,
they're the ones that everyone's talking about.
Bro, Trump pardoned 1,600 January 6 rioters.
Yeah.
And some of them literally there were over 100 cop assaults on that day. Over 100 of those people straight up assaulted cops. He pardoned them, and he's also about to pay them tax money.
Yeah, that's wild.
So as he's doing that, you're crying about, oh, the criminal gangs, the immigrants. And then we look at the people they're sending. 60 Minutes said 75% of them are innocent. And then it was like Reuters or Bloomberg did a report. They said 90% of the people that were sent have no criminal record whatsoever. Like, they have radicalized me in that I am so much more pro-immigration than ever before. Because you look at it and you're like, they've done studies on this shit. Both documented and undocumented immigrants commit crime at such a lower rate compared to American citizens. And like you said, nobody focuses on when it's an American citizen. Right. Trump always does this shit. He'll find like one person in the country who like their daughter or son was killed by an undocumented immigrant, and he'll bring them out at speeches and let them talk. And obviously what he's trying to do is demagogue the shit out of the situation and make it appear like all these immigrants are fucking criminals. We got to do something about these dirty immigrants. And it's like, this is no different from any scapegoating throughout history.
Yeah.
Right? It's like bringing up somebody who got ripped off by somebody who's Jewish and being like,
all Jews.
These fucking Jews are fucking causing problems, bro. We got to do something about it. Like, what the fuck, man?
Basically do that shit anyway.
It's so dark, right? Like, this shit is just so dark. They're so fucking evil.
They're, this, I don't know if this one was a joke or not, but they put, when the guy from Maryland was sitting with the guy from, what'd you say, was the governor of Maryland?
It's a senator
from Maryland. And they put like cocktails on the table, and it was like
Yeah,
Cocktail Gate or something like that. Like they said the president of El Salvador set that one up or something.
this is how dirty these people are, right? So he went there. Originally, they were like, "You're not going to get to see Kilmar."
Yeah.
Right. And he's like, he pushed a little bit. He went and did a press conference with the media in El Salvador, and he said how this is violating international law, et cetera, et cetera. So Bukele was feeling the pressure, and then they go, okay, we'll let you see him. And so what they did is, first of all, they moved him away from CCOT, which is like the fucking death camp, concentration camp place. They moved him to a different prison with better conditions. And then what they did is they gave him back his clothes that he was arrested in.
Yeah, he was wearing like a Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl hat or something.
Yeah, he was looking totally normal,
Yep,
right?
yep.
Just like, oh, like I'm on a vacation or whatever the fuck, right? So they gave him back his clothes, made him put on his clothes. Then, originally they wanted to sit him either by a beach or in front of a pool. They wanted to sit him to make it look like, oh, look, vacation, tropical paradise, they're having fun.
Comical.
Then they slip. To your point, the president of El Salvador goes, slip margaritas on the table, so that it looks like they're like sipping margaritas and having a good time. Because to him, it was all a game. To him, it was all a propaganda war. He wanted to be able to post a picture and say, I don't know why everybody's complaining.
Like he's
He
living a
wasn't
good
being
life
tortured.
over here.
He's living a great life. He wasn't tortured. He's not in a death camp. He's alive. Like, what are you talking about? Look, they're sipping margaritas and chilling. And so this is why, like, bro, these people are so dishonest. It's so crazy the way they lie. Like, their political philosophy is literally based off, let's just fucking lie all the time to get our way.
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you, I really had to wake up within the past few years and realize that some of these people, like, our instinct is to assume everybody means well and is just like us. And it's like, no, bro, some of these people are just horrible fucking people who really want bad things to happen in the world.
What did Dr. Oz just get like appointed? Did he get appointed to something?
Yeah, he got head of Medicaid, I believe. Head of Medicaid and Medicare. So that's bad. That's really bad.
I remember before my like grandma passed away, she would watch Dr. Oz religiously and tell me like, oh, like Dr. Oz says like, don't put 2 Q-tips in your ear because like you could die or some shit like that. And then I remember like hearing that like he would have the craziest takes on some shit. And I'll be like, this guy is actually a really bad doctor. And the shit that he's like on national TV promoting and saying, like people listen to that shit religiously. And like my grandma was one of those people that used to be like, Dr. Oz says it's not good to blah, blah, blah. And I'll be like, stop listening to Dr. Oz. It's like listening to Dr. Phil for some psychology shit. Like these people are on TV because they literally are a fucking actor.
Oprah got him. Yeah, and Oprah liked them and brought them on. But Dr. Oz, bro, it's just like what you're saying. He is a total fucking scam artist.
Yeah.
So they did an investigation into him, and they found out he was taking a tremendous amount of money from all these different companies that pretended to have like miracle cures, right? And he'd be out there hawking,
pushing their product.
Drink this particular berry juice, and it'll cure this, and it'll cure that. Like he's just a fucking scam artist.
Yep.
And then on top of that, what he said recently, he was like, people don't have a right to health care. What? He was saying, oh, part of the problem is we're taking too many drugs. We need to take fewer drugs. You're the head of Medicaid and Medicare. The people on Medicaid and Medicare, it's old people and poor people who need health care and don't even have access to the medicine they need.
Yeah.
And you're saying we need to take less drugs? Like, I'm telling you, and it all for Trump, what does it all come down to? Oh, I saw him on TV. He's good on TV. He picked Pete Hegseth to be defense secretary.
Yeah.
This motherfucker was a weekend Fox News host. He wasn't even good enough to be on the weekdays.
Do you think he's taking some shit? There was like, they said like when he looks into the camera, when he's like talking, he's like definitely on something.
And he's an alcoholic. He's a big alcoholic.
When we already
knew that.
At the Easter hunt
drinks
thing?
all the time.
Yeah, like the Easter
hunt thing. I know what you're talking about. He's a straight up alcoholic. Like he literally, there were stories of him drinking at work. There are stories like during the day in the morning drinking like hard alcohol. He talks about how he drinks hard alcohol. There were allegations that he abused the shit out of his wife. There was some text message that his mom sent to him basically saying like, you're a piece of shit. How could you do this to her? You're no son of mine, et cetera, et cetera. And then also he's got these like white nationalist tattoos on him, these far right tattoos, these like Christian crusader tattoos. And he got into politics by being a pro-Iraq war advocate. Like his whole thing was, I'm pro the Iraq war. And now Trump picks him and pretends like he's anti-war? Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? That guy is, and you know that he got caught multiple times now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he had a second signal thing where it was like his wife or something.
Bro, he was sending highly classified information about war to a group chat with his brother and his wife. And then also, ready for this? He was in some high-level meeting about war, and he just brought his wife in that shit casually. He set up a meeting for Elon Musk to talk to the Chinese delegation. And even when Trump saw that, Trump was like, what the fuck? This is a direct quote. What the fuck is Elon doing there? And Trump killed the meeting. He axed the meeting. Yeah. She's like, why is Elon Musk getting high-level classified foreign policy information? What the fuck are you doing? Elon Musk got business deals like crazy with China. You're going to let him do some foreign policy shit with China? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? This guy, bro, every day it's something new. Every day it's something new.
It's like, I hope Trump doesn't have to appoint another Supreme Court justice, because he deadass might pick like a Judge Judy or Judge Millian or some shit like that. Like Steve Harvey might get some shit, like head of like comedian, like whoever's a staple on TV, just keep doing what you do, because Trump might appoint you to be some head of some shit. Like who's
Judge Joe Brown, Judge Judy, I think is a good call.
Judge
I think
Judy,
she's probably conservative.
deadass
right?
might become some shit in Trump's cabinet if she kind of backs him on it. But anyone who sides with him, like Bobby, like head of health, if RFK goes down, could be like Bobby Flay or like Guy Fieri or some shit like that. Could be in charge of some food shit.
Yeah. No, I mean, literally, there's no... a lot of his shit. You know how they picked his economic advisor?
I don't want to. Is it like
Kushner,
fucking someone from...
Bro. So he told Jared Kushner, like, Jared Kushner was asking him, like, what do you believe, et cetera. So he's like, tariffs? I guess I like tariffs. And so Jared Kushner went to Amazon and scrolled through economic books and found one that had a title they liked. It was like The Death of China or something like that. And Trump was like, I like that. And then they picked his economic advisor like that. And this guy is a certified psychopath. In his own book, Peter Navarro is his name. In his own book, he cites this expert named Ron Vera. And come to find out, he's citing himself. He just switched his name around, pretended like this guy was an expert, and he cited himself. This is the guy who was setting fucking tariff policy for Trump. Like, they're both incredibly incompetent, but also really stupid and also really corrupt at the same time. Like, I've never seen anything like it. We are so cooked as a country, bro. Dude, the thing that should scare everybody is that, so not only is the stock market going down, but also, usually when the stock market goes down, the dollar goes up. Because people do what's called a flight to safety. They feel like, I just want cash, I don't want stocks. So they go to the dollar, and the dollar gets stronger when the market goes down. That's what's happened every time in our life that the market has tanked, right? Now, for the first time in our lives, the market is plummeting and the dollar is plummeting. And the reason why is all these countries all over the world and the people all over the world who invest in our dollar, they're dumping it. They're like, we don't trust the U.S. anymore. They're not a stable country. They're totally chaotic. They're not good to their word. They violate deals immediately when they make them. I can't trust them. So the world is moving away from having the dollar as the world reserve currency. And when that happens, we are so barbecue chicken, homie. It is a wrap. Like, we're talking Great Depression type shit.
It's coming. It's definitely coming, because I talked to a lot of people. I mean, like, even just the job market and everybody worried about losing their jobs. And then, like, if they do, getting another job is horrible. But what is there anything still happening with the tariffs? Is he still implementing shit on China? I like that shirt, by the way. I just noticed that Nike shirt is kind of fire.
Thank you. So the tariffs. So first he came out and he said, we're doing reciprocal tariffs, which just means I'm going to tariff you exactly what you're tariffing us. That's what he came out and said, right? But then when they released the actual numbers they were tariffing people, it was not at all reciprocal. He was like 4 times higher than reciprocal. And that's because the thing they used to calculate it included the trade deficit, which he doesn't understand at all, so it made the tariffs way higher. So when that happened, the market literally fell off a cliff. Immediately the line went straight down because we can't even fucking survive that, right? Then he comes out and he says, well, only the countries that retaliated are actually going to get the high tariffs. Everybody else is getting 10%. And so he lowered the tariffs on most countries, right? Except he still has 25% on Mexico and 25% on Canada, but he also has, 245% on China right now.
That's OD.
He kept raising the one on China. It went from like 40% to 90% to 105% to 125% to like 245%, right? And so right now,
why
that's
is
where
he
we are.
increasing it like that to try and like strong arm them?
So, no, what he's saying is nobody else retaliated, but China did, so I'm going to go after them harder now. And that's not even true. Other countries did retaliate.
Yeah.
The EU retaliated. So where we are right now is right there. That 10% on virtually every country, 25% on Canada, 25% on Mexico, and 245% on China. Now,
So random.
he said, but also at the moment, they're not collecting the tariffs because they don't have the staff to collect the tariffs at the port, right? And so apparently there's like some 90-day pause or something like that that's happening, but nobody knows really what's going to happen with the tariffs. But if the tariffs actually go through, we are cooked. And that's why you see the market. Every day the market goes down, 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 down. And yes, and it's literally hand in hand with all the news around the tariffs. So what we learned is the Japanese delegation came here and sat down with the Americans, and they said, the Americans are like, "What are you going to give us?" And they were like, "I don't what do you want? What do you want?" And so the Americans were like, "We don't know what we want." And so that news came out that the Japanese were here, and they're a close ally of ours. And they asked us, and we had no answer what we even want, why we're even doing this. And so no deal was made. So they were originally saying, we're going to make 90 deals in 90 days for all these countries. It's been 10 days, and there's been 0 deals. 0 deals. And so what the market is realizing is, oh my God, they have no plan. And if these tariffs go into place, we are fucking cooked.
Mm-hmm.
And so everything's blown up. So what you're going to see is massive layoffs
across every industry.
Across everything. At the same time, prices are going to go up. So think about that. Everybody's going to lose their job, and prices are going to go up at the same time. That's a fucking nightmare, bro.
Yeah.
And then he pretends like, oh, it's going to bring back manufacturing. Literally the exact opposite is happening. Places that were going to open factories here, companies that were going to open factories here, they're now saying, the materials are going to be too expensive with the tariffs. I can't afford to build the factory anymore to do it here. So this is a nightmare. I'm at the point now where all those conspiracies about how Trump is like a foreign asset trying to take the country down, I'm looking at those now like, maybe they're right, because everything he's doing, it's like he's purposely trying to destroy the country. Like, that's how bad all this shit is.
Damn. Yeah, that's scary. Is it true? Is Elon trying to weasel his way out of politics? Was that like a headline I read that is true, or like, do you believe that?
So what happened is he went all in on the Wisconsin Supreme Court race and tried to get the Republican to win.
Mm-hmm.
And then not only did his boy lose, he got blown the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a double-digit point victory for the Democrat, right? And so what happened then is Trump and a lot of the Republicans realized, like, oh, this guy really actually hurts us.
Mm-hmm.
Because Elon has like a 30% approval rating.
Yeah, people don't
Nobody likes him.
No.
Like, nobody likes him. He's destroyed the government 58,000 times over in so many different ways. And so it looks like what Trump is doing is he's trying to put him on the back burner a little bit, trying to be like, look, dog, you can keep doing what you're doing, but I don't want to see your face as much on TV. I don't want to see your tweets all the time. I want
feel
you
like
to be
he's
like,
been less tweeting too. And maybe, I don't know, I haven't been on X as much, but I feel like he kind of tamed it a little bit. I saw today he like was writing some shit, but I feel like it hasn't been as heavy as it used to be.
Because I think that he was told,
pump the brakes.
You're ruining it. Like, you are the problem, right? And so, but here's the thing though, and this is what I hate, is that he's still doing the Doge shit behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And the thing about that is, I really think Trump is only letting him do that because they have some sort of financial deal where they got him elected, and he got a meme coin. He scammed his own supporters with this crypto meme coin. Total scam on his own supporters. I feel like the Elon and the crypto bros set up Trump where it's like, we'll get you elected, we'll make you super rich, and in return for that, you got to let us do whatever the fuck we want with the government. I think he made that deal because
I feel like Trump
if he's not
made
totally
that deal with
out,
so many people though, and he's always double crossed them and like not giving a fuck. You know, like what makes Elon different?
But that's the thing, right? So I always said, if eventually Trump really throws Elon under the bus, like totally throws him under the bus, then I don't think there was a deal.
Yeah.
Because it's like a money thing, right? Like it is what it is. If we made the deal and you held up your end of the bargain, I got to hold up my end of the bargain, right? But yeah, to your point, I really want that day to come where he like totally publicly beheads him. Because you're right, he's done that with fucking everybody. And that's why it's so weird that he hasn't done it yet.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's why it's so weird. It's like bro, for way less than what he's done, You've killed people, like, straight up. Remember that when that video was running in a government building of Trump sucking Elon's toes?
Yeah, yeah.
If that was anybody else, he would have been said, like, this low rent loser who nobody likes and everybody hates, he's out of my administration because he actually sabotaged us. That's
Yeah.
what he did. But he didn't do it.
That's why
And so
I don't know
terrible.
what the positives or what the benefit to having Elon is for Trump. You know, like he doesn't bring anything good to the table because no one fucks with the Doge thing. I don't think anybody out there, and you would know percentages better than I do, but like I feel like, does anybody like Doge? Do like even the conservative right wing, like are people like, yeah, they're saving us money? Is that still a thing?
No. So I would say Elon is a mini Trump in this sense. Trump has a floor of people who are just in a cult. It's like anywhere from 26% to 33% of the country, just no matter what Trump does, they'll support him.
It's literally like the whole UFC audience because they've brought out, I don't know if you saw it, like WrestleMania. You would think WrestleMania, WWF
Dana
fans.
White got booed.
White got booed. Tony Hinchcliffe got booed. And like,
Yup.
I'm sure maybe if Rogan was there too, he probably would have gotten booed too because Tony's not that far off from him and Dana and all them. So like, I wonder if they would like, because there was talk of Donald Trump being a part of WrestleMania too. Maybe got nixed because they thought he would get booed there.
I think that's right, and I think Elon is a little bit like Trump in that he has a cult, but I think Elon's cult is only like 5%.
Yeah.
That's why you see his really loud, aggressive fanboys on like Twitter.
Yeah.
But in the real world, he's got nothing.
Nobody.
He ruined his whole shit.
And
he
you can't
fired like hundreds of thousands of people, bro, at the government. Like everybody's gonna fucking hate him for that.
100%. And you have to take the ex-Twitter people that support him with a grain of salt because who's to say that he doesn't manipulate some.
It's bots, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's something that like he's like, give my tweet 200,000 likes on it and throw, whatever amount of comments saying positive shit behind it. Like, so I don't take anything that happens on that site with him seriously. The WWF thing was the real thing that showed me like, damn, they can't even get a wrestling crowd to fuck with Dana White and all these people like that. Like,
there's been a vibe shift.
And Trump used to rock with wrestling heavy. He was at WWF matches in the past. He goes to boxing. He's at every WWF event. He's at every UFC event. So like, I'm just curious why he wouldn't show up to that thing with Dana White and show us if people really rock with him. And that's a crowd that you would think would. So them turning on that crowd is kind of like, oh, you're not in your little UFC bubble anymore where everybody's just sucking you off.
Yeah. I'm telling you, bro, there has been a massive vibe shift recently. It's been a huge vibe shift. And you're even seeing it with Joe Rogan. Yeah. Joe Rogan is like the ultimate wave rider. And he was talking about Kilmar Abrego Garcia, and he was saying, like, it's fucking crazy that there's no due process. And the only reason he's saying that shit is because there has been so much noise and so much focus on it, and people are so furious about it that he was like, yeah, I'm gonna ride that wave a little bit too.
Wasn't he showing love to Bernie too, or no?
I don't know if he was doing that recently or not.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I'm never gonna get over what he did in the last election. I'm never gonna get over it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, short of him coming out and just being like, hey guys, straight up, I was wrong. This guy's a fascist. This guy's horrible. I never should have supported him. He's destroying the country. Short of that, I can't forgive him. Like, he was straight up sucking off Trump on the podcast, sucking off JD Vance, sucking off Elon Musk. You know, he would always spread just total bullshit.
And then he was critical of Kamala, and like her team made me send in the questions, and they only gave me a certain amount of time slot. Like, he kind of threw her under the bus a little bit of just like her trying to make an appearance for the show.
And he never wanted to have her on.
Yeah.
Like, we know him, bro. We know him.
Yeah.
How many times was I on the show? 5, 6 times?
Yeah.
He only wants to talk to the people he's interested in.
Yeah.
He's not interested in Kamala Harris, even with her running for president.
Yeah.
Any shit he says publicly is bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to give them equal time. I wanted to hear both sides. No, you fucking didn't. That's a fucking lie.
Yeah.
And you were cocooned in your little right-wing bubble, the UFC crowd, like you said. UFC crowd, right-wing comedians, all these people who are in the Rogan sphere, these wealthy, mega wealthy tech bros that he fucking loves. You were surrounded by all those people, so you were genuinely interested in Trump, and so you've served as a propaganda tool for him, and now you see, oh my God, everything's fucking falling apart, and so you're tiptoeing out of the room and trying to pretend like you weren't gung-ho for fascism. Fuck you, bro.
Yep.
Fuck you.
He's doing that Homer Simpson meme where he's out the bush and then going back and coming back with a Bernie shirt on.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to see that whole switch soon of him like, this guy's horrible. Ah, man, I shouldn't have had him on my podcast. I don't really like what he says, but it's like, no, the damage is done already, dog. Like, you should have been rocking with the people you rock with back in the day.
100%, 100%. By the way, we got some breaking news here.
What happened?
Text from the lovely wife in the other room. She tells me Knicks tie the game with 1 minute left.
See, I told you, fourth quarter, they start beasting.
It's true. I've seen it too all season. I've seen that too. They just always seem to really go hard in the fourth.
Yeah, and speaking of that, shout out to the New York Post. They did an article on my daughter, which was fire.
Bro, that was so cool.
Yeah.
So, guys, you guys got to look at this. New York Post, Corin's daughter's name is Nick.
Yeah.
Is Nick. His oldest daughter is Nick's.
Yeah.
And, bro, I feel like you've had multiple shit. Like, MSG did a special little segment on you that they play at, like, all the Knicks games that they play on MSG in New York, on the channel in New York.
Yeah.
New York Post wrote this article asking Knicks for her prediction as to who was going to win and shit.
Yeah.
Then she had it was like a full article.
The second page of the paper was pretty dope.
Second page of the paper.
Yeah, it was
And
cool.
I said, bro, I hope somebody in the Knicks world is listening to me right now. Give this man free season tickets. If anybody deserves free season tickets, your daughter's name is Knicks. She's now a Knicks celebrity, bro.
Yeah, they never would. Like, I wish they would. That would be super dope. But Knicks kind of like so they had a video interview for this thing. And literally before it, I asked the lady, I was like, is there any questions that like she should know to answer? Because like she's 7, so it's not like she's like locked in on the Knicks and knows all the things. So like I kind of wanted to prep her a little bit. So before, the lady sent me some questions like, oh, who's going to be your prediction, blah, blah, blah. Like, what do you think about the Knicks? And she freaked it. Like, we were in the car, I was going through it with her. I'm like, what do you think of this? She gave me some answer that was like funny. We got on the call and the lady asked the same questions. She was hitting her with like 1-word answers. Me mad short. I was like, I'm sweating bullets. Like, yo, what are you doing? But then Molly's like, yo, she's 7. People get on interviews and like do public speaking and get mad nervous. So you can't expect her to like freak some shit, you know?
But also, like, 1-word answers from kids could be kind of cute.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of adorable for her to just be like, you know?
Yeah. No, it worked out. It worked out well and everything was good and it was super dope. Like, it's a really cool article. Like, go check that. And then the newspaper, I bought like 5 of them ships, but low key, the Daily News was like $2 a newspaper. I was like, who's paying $2 for some newspaper? Like, that shit used to be like 27 cents.
Yeah, man.
Like, people used to pay for newspapers with coins. Like, I bought 5 of them shits. The dude was like $10. I was like, for a newspaper? Like, you should be paying me to read this shit.
Everything is going up in price, dog. That's just the beginning, man. Holy shit. It's going to be bad, homie. It's going to be bad. I'm telling you.
And
I love that, man. They really should give you season tickets. They really should.
I wish. I want to get to one of the games at the Garden because that shit looks electric there. Like, it looks so good.
You used to work for them, too.
I know.
You used to work for the Knicks.
Yeah.
And your daughter's name is Knicks. If anybody ever deserves season tickets, it's you. And the other thing is, like, they can make a big show of it. Like, his daughter's name is Knicks.
And people actually like see us and they're like, you're the guy and like that's your daughter from the commercial. Like, people actually like it resonates with people. And like it's like a controversial enough topic that like it has people feeling both sides where it's like this guy's an idiot for naming his daughter Knicks and also like, oh, that's really cool that he named his daughter Knicks.
Bro, every Knicks fan will ride hard for you. Every Knicks fan is going to be like, yeah, Knicks, yeah. They should put her on the screen. You should get season tickets, and every game they should put her on the big screen and be like, Knicks. And everybody's like, Knicks, you know?
Yeah, it'd be super dope.
This is such an easy marketing opportunity for them. This is nothing. It would cost them fucking nothing to give you season tickets. And they would be able to PR the shit out of this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You'd be massive fucking remember the what was it? The nude cowboy that was in Times Square, like he became a thing where he was like a tourist attraction. Like you'd be part of the fucking attraction of going to a Knicks game. Like, oh, the little girl Knicks will be there. You know?
Some people, I mean, the organization, they just they don't get it. But I don't know. Who knows? Is that what it's next to you? Dog, cat?
Oh, that was Phoebe. Yeah, the dog, Stinky.
So is that Phoebe from Friends?
The name, it's the same name from Friends, but I don't know when. She was actually named before I came in the picture.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
So
Is Crystal a Friends fan? Because I had one question that I wanted to ask. If, in your opinion, is Friends overrated?
For me personally, yes, I think it's overrated. Yeah,
Same.
because it is like people really, really, really ride for that.
People really like it, right?
Yeah, so I'll give you my what I think are the goats of those sorts of shows.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a huge. I love Full House. I love Family Matters. I love Boy Meets World.
Yeah.
I think all the TGIF shows were just total classics. I was actually a big what was it called? Home Improvement. The
Oh, you
Tim
like
Allen
Home
show, Home
Improvement?
Improvement. I fucked with Home Improvement hard when I was a kid. I fucked with it hard.
Did that have like storylines that like I feel like Boy Meets World, someone did a like a clip out of all the like Mr. Feeney like motivational things that he said, and it almost like had me teary-eyed a little bit. Like he was like he brought a plant from his living room out to like the garden shit. You remember his backyard? Like, oh, look at that little doggy dog. Who's that? That's not Phoebe, is it?
That's Phoebe, yeah.
Oh,
That's
that's
Phoebe.
Phoebe. Oh, I thought Phoebe was a cat.
No, no, no. So we have Salem is our black cat,
Uh-huh.
and we have Dream, who's like a calico or something like that
Hmm.
cat, or semi calico, and then we have Phoebe.
Oh,
So
okay.
those are our three pets. Phoebe's the only dog.
Yeah. So like Salem is that after because it's Black Cat.
Yeah,
Which
Salem's is all black cats are named Salem from Sabrina the Teenage
Oh,
Witch.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's another dope ass show.
That was another one. Well, that was Carissa Explains It All, right?
That was so Clarissa Explains It All was the show with the same actress when she was younger.
Oh, right.
That was Clarissa Explains It All, and then Sabrina the Teenage Witch was older. She was older when she made that show.
The dude, think of this. The dude used to either have to walk with a ladder down the block to climb into her window or straight like had a ladder hooked up to her window. Remember like the dude
Harvey,
always used to
yeah.
just pop up in her
Harvey.
window?
Yep, I remember that.
Like
Yeah.
that's on some like you would get
Stalker
canceled for
weirdo
doing
shit.
that shit.
Yeah,
now.
OD. That's some rapist ass behavior right there.
And like, why was her window always open? Like when I was a kid, if my window was open, it's a wrap. Like the air conditioner was either on or the heat was on, and my parents would be like, "Yo, why is your window always open?" I feel like
So
there's a lot of shows where either people like sneaking out windows, or someone was just straight popping up on their window. Which like nowadays the cops would get called OD fast if they were doing that.
So hit me with your old goated shows, because I haven't even told you my absolute favorite.
Oh
But
yes,
I want to hear your shits.
I mean, if Saved by the Bell falls into that
Oh,
category,
banger.
banger.
Yeah.
I rocked with there was a show City Guys. I think it was on like one Saturday. It was like on one Saturday morning or Channel 4.
I don't know that one.
I think they played like basketball for some like LA team, and it was just like a whole bunch of like young kids in high school maybe. What I rocked with Boy Meets World, obviously. What else was a good one?
My all-time favorite, and this is not really in the category that we're talking, but it was my all-time favorite. Kenan and Kel was.
Oh
just,
yeah, Kenan and Kel's a classic.
I mean, it's so fucking good.
I-
So I could still laugh today watching that shit.
I liked I never really liked Rocket Power. If like Rocket Power
Nah,
wasn't
yeah.
good to me. I liked
agree.
Rocco's Modern Life. For
I
some
fucked
reason.
with Rocco's Modern Life. Were you a Cartoon Network kid or a Nickelodeon kid or both?
Nickelodeon.
I was both. I would watch both those shits.
But Cartoon Network, they never really had any. Like I think they had Ren and Stimpy.
Cartoon Network had some weird ones. I don't even know. Did they have Ren and Stimpy? I don't know if that was Cartoon Network.
Whoever
They
had, it, I
had,
never
like-
really rocked with Ren and Stimpy. I liked
Either
Pinky and the Brain was one that was good. I think that was Nickelodeon.
like that one. So, who was Angry Beavers was Nickelodeon, right?
I feel like Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network kind of like go down the parallel path of like WWF and WCW.
That's so true. That is so true.
Like
So true.
Nickelodeon used to have like the Banger Bangers, and then like Cartoon Network would maybe have one shit. Like WCW had like one guy.
Bro, I watched like Captain Planet.
Yeah,
I watched Birdman. Like they had some cartoons that I fucked with hard.
that's what I'm
They
saying.
really
That was like WCW where yo, you know what's crazy? We knew I mean, I guess it's like how you treat your dog, but we knew a couple that like the kids are kind of like mean to the dog, and the dog snapped and like bit their daughter in the face.
No, are you serious?
Yeah. Like
Oh
on
my
some
God.
like on some shit that like I don't know how dogs like wasn't it Biden's dog that like kept biting people at the
Oh.
White House?
Yes, and I think he had a German Shepherd, and like that dog in particular bit like 7 people or something like that.
Like Can't they
Yeah,
train
there's
that
some
dog to
breeds,
stop
bro.
biting people?
Some of the breeds are a little more aggressive than other breeds and a little more like territorial
Yeah.
and like almost like too loyal to you where they feel like if somebody looks at you the wrong way they could like attack them. So yeah, it's a any dog can be good. It's just got to be like raised right, trained right, etc. But we're lucky cuz Phoebe, she's actually not really like she's been trained but she didn't really take it that well and we didn't really stick to it.
Yeah.
But she is the sweetest fucking dog. The only thing you have to worry about with her is that she'll get so excited and like hump your leg. That's like the worst thing that
I
she
mean,
does.
that's not bad every once in a
It's not bad. I'm the only one who actually, when she does it, I'm just like, all right, whatever, hurry up.
while. Do they like
But everybody else like
do
kicks her off.
they like finish?
No, she's a girl.
Oh, so what, she could finish?
She's a girl, but she's very clearly a top
Oh,
because she does like the humping motion on your leg.
I feel like dogs are so smart. Like, can't they realize that like they're humping a human leg? Or
I mean, I don't know, man. They just have the same sort of primal urges that people do, but she's got no way to take it out, and there's no like male dog that's gonna come have sex with her.
I
So
guess
she's just
so.
like, how about I just grab your leg and pump at it?
I don't know if this one's true or not, or maybe it's like AI, but I saw a video of like a seahorse and it was like giving birth and like it just like gave birth to like 300 mini seahorses that were like just coming out
Oh
of
my
its.
god.
Do you ever see that video?
I have seen what you're talking about. I probably didn't see the exact video that you're talking
Yeah.
about, but I know what you're talking about.
I didn't know
and
if that's like
absolutely
true or
what
not,
it
if
is.
seahorses like just give birth like that, because that would be wild.
Yeah. And I don't know about you. In health class, I never watched the human birth,
I hate
and I'm
all.
so fucking happy that I never watched it because that to me would be hard.
I
It would
mean,
really put a dent in like my sex drive.
yeah.
I'd be like, I don't want to do that.
I mean, Molly had 4 kids, and each time she was like, "Are you going to be at the bottom or at the top?" And I'm like,
Top,
"Yeah, like
top,
I'm
top,
good
top,
staying at
top.
the top. I do not want to stay at
Yeah.
the like that to
I'm gonna
me,
look right at your face is where I'm looking. Right at your face.
bro. I can never be. I don't know how those doctors like stand there and like football catch a baby coming out because yeah, to your point, it ruins all of like just yeah. It's that's a sight that's like
Some people, bro, are built different. There's some professions that you got to do where you're just built different. That's one of them. Like if I had to do surgery on somebody, they're dead. It's not happening. I can't do it. Like I just can't do it. It's not happening.
I don't like I can get past gory in movies because then I'll ultimately tell myself like this is a movie, that guy's gonna be fine. But real life, like I couldn't even really like touch Molly's stomach when the baby was kicking because I don't like just like any type of like weird feeling like
Bro, you know what I can't
bumps.
look at? If somebody's got a broken limb, I can't look at it.
Oh yeah, I can't look at that either.
If somebody's arm is pointing in a weird ass direction or their leg is pointing in a weird ass direction, I can't. That shit. It's that, and for me, it's vomit. I can't deal with that. I'm not bad with blood. Like I'm fine
Oh
if I have to clean up like bloody nose or something. Like I'm fine with that.
yeah,
But vomit and like a broken arm or leg, I'm done, bro.
yeah. You ever broke any bones?
Yes. So I broke my clavicle.
Oh, that had to
Bone
have
right
been
here.
painful. How'd that happen?
I literally couldn't turn my head for like months. I
Yeah.
sit there like this.
Is that
And if I
is there
moved
a
it a little
cast for
bit,
that
it
or
would
a
hurt.
sling?
No, so thankfully I had a hairline fracture
Oh,
and it
okay.
wasn't a full break, but it was painful.
How
as
do you even
fuck, bro.
sleep with
Holy
that?
shit. I don't remember, but it was bad.
Yeah,
It
I
was
feel
bad.
like that
It
is
was,
like they tell you probably to just sleep like this and you can't like roll over or do anything.
and I've had a lot of sort of childhood injuries. I had our friend Mike Lebret.
Hmm.
When me and him we were actually besties when we were like kids.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know if you knew that.
His house, like his room was like in the attic or something like that. It was kind of dope, I feel like. I went
Yeah,
to his
I
house
don't.
one time.
Yeah, I kind of vaguely
I
remember
think his shit
his
was like
house.
all the way upstairs in like the attic. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
kind of like,
And he I don't know if that was the playroom or his room, but
oh,
he had
maybe it was
like a
playroom.
He had a Sega Genesis, and I fucked with it hard. And I didn't have a Sega Genesis. I had a Nintendo and a Super Nintendo, and I was like, oh fuck, I love this Sega Genesis shit. But anyway, I was playing hockey with him in my basement, and he pulled his stick back and hit me right here in the eye, like right next to it. And the doctor said if he was like a millimeter closer to my eye, I would have lost my eye.
That's,
That's what the doctor said. So I'm lucky that my eye wasn't
I mean, low key, the
popped
Kyle
out of my
Kulinski
head.
show on YouTube would kind of be fire if you had an eye patch on.
Eye patch. I think I could kind of freak an eye patch, but it would be kind of crazy if I had to go through my life with an eye patch. That's kind of wild. So
It's
that was
kind of
another
an eye
injury.
patch in general and I haven't seen many in public, but I feel like I've been in public and I've seen people with an eye patch, and I'm kind of like, it like creeps me out a little bit because I'm like, damn, behind that eye is like some shit that you don't want to see.
Yeah, like a glass eye or
Yeah, I'd
something. Yeah.
almost like prefer if I had an eye patch to wear some sunglasses and just one side of them was like darked out. But an eye patch to me is something that like
You know
has
what?
never
I probably
been.
would do that. I would do darked out sunglasses the rest of my life.
Yeah,
Everywhere I go, I just wear those, you know.
yeah. I feel like an eye
Um,
patch has never been kind of normalized in like mainstream America.
so my dumbest injury,
Mhm.
ready for this? I was a kid, my sister was playing with her friend, and I decided to try to like play with them, and they decided, let's make a roller coaster. And so what we did is we had this little bed, this like little futon type bed where it's kind of skinny and small, but you could like unfold it and it becomes a bed, right? It's like these pillows that you unfold it, it becomes a bed.
Okay.
And so we took that, we brought it to the top of the
Oh,
stairs,
you're bugging
right?
already.
And I was the little one, so like, oh, you do the roller coaster. I was like, let's do it, right? So I lay down on this shit, right? Ready for this? One of them goes, all right, but this is not safe enough, so we got to give him a seatbelt. And everybody was like, right, that's a good idea. Let's get him a seatbelt. So they took a jump rope and tied that shit around me.
Yo.
And then one of them goes, yeah, but I don't know, he needs to like really be buckled in. So put his arms underneath the
Oh,
fucking
they
seatbelt and
put you
shit.
in like a straight jacket so you couldn't even get out this bitch.
So ready for this? They push me down the stairs. I'm going down the stairs like this, right?
It kind of was working.
Well, wait for it.
Oh.
So I hit the bottom, I hit the ground in the basement, where the stairs were going to the basement. I hit the ground in the basement, and the futon goes like this. Ready? I gotta do it like this. So it goes, I hit, and then it goes, and I land on a cement floor. My nose straight up, blow, hit the pavement, and it was bleeding like a motherfucker. So since they had my arms tied
That's
up,
what
I
I'm saying.
couldn't
You
break
were
my
tied
fall.
up like
So I was tied up. I just face planted on that bitch, and so I had a bloody ass nose. That was one. That was a pretty bad injury. Then the other time, one time I was with again my sister and her friend, and we had this toy. I don't even think they sell it anymore.
Yo, they
because
were
it's too
just trying to
dangerous.
kill you, bro.
They were trying to kill me, bro. And these were different friends. It wasn't even the same friend.
Oh,
And so so my sister was trying to kill me.
yeah.
So I sat down. I don't know if you've ever seen a toy like this, but it's almost like a little wheel that's on the ground, and you sit on it, and then they have a wheel on top of it, and you spin it, and it makes you go in circles. You ever seen those shits?
No, yeah, like they used to have them in gym classes.
So I was sitting on the wheel, and then I started, spinning the shit, and I started going super fast, and then I fell to the side, or they like pushed me to the side, and my head hit the side of the coffee table, and I needed stitches in my head. So I got a bunch of those fucking horror stories
Yeah, it
of
sounds
getting
like your
injured.
sister was trying to like take you out, man.
Low key. Low key. My sister, Mike LeBret, they're all trying to take me out, dog. They're all trying to take me out. That's not even the end of it. Some of my injuries I don't even remember.
I'm
But
so
I had a
like,
bunch of
see,
them.
I was like, as a kid, I was so afraid to do shit like that.
That's smart, bro. I give you credit.
No, but I
That's
feel
better.
like it's
Straight
more
up.
fun to be on your side to like be
No,
trying
no, no,
shit.
no. When I see our kids doing some dumb shit, I'm the first one to be like, yo, 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 no, 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 no. Because I remember, here's another one. Ready for this? And Bobby will tell you this one because he was with me, I think. What were you going to say?
Well, I was gonna say, but if you landed that roller coaster ride successfully, you would have been like, that was the dopest shit ever.
I wouldn't even remember it to this day if that was the case, It was a story because I busted my shit.
Yeah, I guess so.
But with me and Bobby, you know how we did trampoline wrestling and we flipped all over the place, right? And so me and him got good at flipping anywhere. So I could do a back handspring on the ground. I could do it for a while. I could do a back flip on the ground.
Yeah, that's
straight up
impressive.
back flip.
Yeah.
And so one winter, we wanted to just go do some flipping, right? And we would find shit to flip off of. And it had just snowed the night before. And so one of the things we saw was a little, an AC unit in the back.
Yeah,
like the box shit
those
in the
shits are
ground.
like some final destination. If you get caught in that, it's a wrap.
I was like, bro, this is a great idea because with the snow too on the ground, when you'll always land it perfectly because the snow is soft and you can like go into it, sink into it, right? So I go to the top, ready to do my backflip off the AC. I push and my foot slips because it was icy. Boom, land right on my fucking head on the ground.
Yeah.
I got endless injury stories.
Yeah,
dog.
see, I don't have any of those joints, but also I'll talk to Molly and she was very like on your camp. She was doing crazy shit, backflips, jumping out her window, all this stuff. And like we'll go and do something. She's like, "Oh, you never jumped out of a window and backwards flip, blah blah." I was like, "No." She's like, "Oh, you didn't have a fun childhood." I was like, "Yeah, but like I never
No,
broke any shit. Like
your shit is superior. Take it from somebody who has the battle scars, bro. Your shit is superior. I remember Will, my friend Will.
yeah,
We were on the trampoline. We always do trampoline flips and wrestling, right? We would like do our own WWF type shit. We even had videos. They're gone now, or else I'd post that shit on YouTube. It'd be hilarious.
those would be
So
bangers.
we used to commentate it as we did it with our high like kid voices, like he throws them against the ropes, and there were no ropes, so you throw them to the edge of the trampoline and you just turn around and run back. He throws them against the ropes. Oh, suplex! Like you hear our silly little kid voices.
Oh,
But he decided we were getting really good at the flips.
mhm.
And so he decided, I'm going to try a double front flip. I think I can do a double front flip. And I was like,
Do
that's a good
it.
idea. Yeah, go for it. So anyway, he goes up and goes over for one. And then he was like going to land on his belly. Tries to go over for one more. His head hits the trampoline. And then his legs go over the back of his head and hit the ground. And then he's sitting there, bro, just rolling back and forth in excruciating pain. And my dumbass is sitting there like, you good? Hey, dog, breathe. Breathe. All I could remember saying was like,
Breathe.
just breathe,
Oh.
breathe, breathe. And I was sitting there, it felt like for 2 hours, but it was probably like 5 minutes or whatever. And eventually he just got the wind knocked out of him, but for a hot minute, it looked like he may have fucking broke his neck straight up.
Yeah, that's some shit. Like I think I just saw an article that was like talking about like because I mean like Nick's and all the girls go to birthday parties and they're always at like these trampoline like park places or whatever. And he was talking about how they cover their asses from lawsuits and it I didn't read the whole shit, but there has to be
They
so
need to
many
sign a waiver. Yeah.
yeah, but there has to be so many lawsuits against trampoline companies and like these trampoline parks because bro, those shits are like dangerous as fuck. I go there and I'm like running around, jumping around, knocking into kids. There's some kids that are just reckless on that shit. And to your point, like kids like at that age, whatever, 11, 12, trying to do like double front flips with like when that box spring, like the side of it, those springs, you get your finger caught in there, like it's a wrap. I can't even imagine like how many deaths or injuries are caused by trampolines just in the US. Got to be crazy amount.
Yeah, we've had, shockingly, that's where I've never really gotten hurt is the trampoline,
Oh, wow.
which is kind of crazy. Like
Yeah.
everywhere else I seem to get hurt. But we had a couple birthday parties for the kids at the trampoline place. And yeah,
This is
one of them,
madness.
one of the girls broke her leg. Because they don't know, like when the kids are too young, they don't understand like how it works with the trampoline. Like sometimes you get a double bounce off the
Yeah,
trampoline.
yeah.
Somebody lands at the wrong time and then
Yep.
like you spring up hard.
Yep.
And if you don't know, it's kind of easy to like you don't have the body control necessary and you just straight up ruin some shit.
Yeah. There's
So
a
yeah,
good,
those places, I'm not a fan of those either for the same reasons you say. And it's funny because I was the big trampoline kid,
Yeah.
but I look at it now and even when one of our kids goes on, we have a trampoline. When one of our kids goes on it, I'm always like, yo, be careful.
Molly
'Cause I
won't
don't-
ever get a trampoline here because she's worried not for our kids, but if we have a play date with other kids and they come over and fuck some shit up, then like we're responsible for them wilding out doing shit. So like props
But I
to
also
Brian and
feel like
Will's
they're
parents.
Don't you feel like these kids, though, for some reason, they're like less coordinated with it?
Yeah.
I feel like when we used to do the trampoline wrestling, I used to feel like we're good. Like we were jumping off ladders on that shit. We were doing, but we always felt totally in control. And
Yeah.
now when I look at the kids just jumping on it, I'm like, yo, you're jumping sort of weird and
Yeah,
like
they
you're
look,
gonna
doofy
bust
with it.
your shit.
It's also
Yeah.
hard to get like a rhythm too. Like I've been to those spots and there's like they put the pads, it's like a pad, then a spacing, a pad, a spacing, pad, spacing. And if you get in like a flow, like you start running, you can bounce and be like boing, 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 boing. But if you don't have the right rhythm,
You
like
can land on the pad.
you
Yeah.
land on the pad and it automatically throws your whole shit off.
Bro, I still got it on the trampoline. I think didn't I send you a video like last summer when I was on the trampoline?
Maybe.
I think I did. If it wasn't you, maybe I sent it to Bobby or Brian or something, or Will. But if I go on the trampoline, I could still do not all the flips I used to be able to do, but a fucking lot of them.
It's like riding a bike, like you kind of like got it, it came back.
I still got it. I could do a perfect back flip. I could do a perfect front flip with a twist. I could still do the 450, the wrestling move where you do a front flip but keep going and land on your stomach. I could do a lot of that.
Like as a new profession venture for you to get into, I feel like you could kind of freak like a wrestler for WWE. Like you
Oh
could
my
be
God.
like Secular Talk could be your like wrestling name, and
Bro.
you go in there and like kind of just like hit them with like some off the rope backflip old school trampoline shit, and then you like finishing move is like political commentate in their face where you're just like talking shit, something like that.
The one thing I lost as I got older on the trampoline is now if I flip, I can literally feel like when I was a kid, I
Oh
didn't feel
yeah, I
any
mean
of
we're
this.
older.
I no, I feel like my brain sloshing around in my head, and it doesn't. It feels wrong.
Yeah.
It feels like I might be getting brain damage by doing this shit. I didn't feel that as a kid. Now I feel that. So, and I used to be the king of what's called bumps in wrestling, taking a bump, and that would mean like I could land in a way that makes it look like I'm breaking my neck or some shit, and I'm fine. Now I can't do that. I'm too heavy now. We're like, so those guys, those people do not understand
No,
how much damage those wrestlers do to their body because they're not even on a trampoline, bro.
Yeah.
They're on a harder canvas. It's got a little bit of give to it, but it's not a lot of give to it.
Yeah.
So you got back injuries, you got leg injuries, you got all sorts of problems. So God bless those wrestlers. And I know some of them.
One of them's a
X-Pac,
fan, right?
X-Pac? Yeah. X-Pac is a big fan.
That's kind of gangster. He was a part of,
yeah.
He did the Generation DX?
Generation X.
Yeah.
So he's a fan, and he's goated, man. That dude is goated, and the shit he's done in his career. Like I'm always amazed when a wrestler shows longevity. Like how it's so hard on your body. That's kind of crazy. You can do it that long.
I was literally just watching some of the WrestleMania, and I was literally thinking that because these guys aren't young. Like I would think it was like CM Punk I was watching or something like that. Who I think
be what 40,
something like that, and like he was getting. I think they hit him with a chair, and I was like, even if there's a way to softly hit them with a chair or do it the right way, you're still getting hit in the back with a steel chair. Like it's not a rubber chair. Like that's a steel chair. And shout out to CM Punk because I think there was an article of him that came out and was like, Elon Musk definitely did a Nazi salute at his shit. So like he took a stance on that. Did you see that?
I didn't see that, but the fact he said that means I like him.
Yeah. And then like John Cena is another one that I mean like is a good wrestler. I think he's a good dude off of the ring too, and he just won like the championship belt, but they turned him into a bad guy. One guy who isn't good, I don't think, who I used to kind of like, but I don't like him that much, is Triple H, is like the new head of
he's
WWE.
Republican as fuck. Yeah.
He's like super Trumpy. He was like against the he's one of those that was like against the vaccine and then got like deathly sick, where to a point he came out and said like he almost died.
What an idiot. What an idiot.
Yeah.
By the way, I looked it up. He's 46, CM Punk. 46. He's still doing it. So
wow,
that's kind of crazy.
There was also a clip of Stone Cold Steve Austin was there, and he rode out on an ATV, but
oh my god,
he couldn't figure out how to use the ATV.
Oh my god,
he had to drive up on a stage, and it's all the clips I'm seeing on X now because I clicked into one, so I see like all of them. But he starts going and picks up speed and completely drives past the stage. So he has to back up, and then the crew like puts him on course to go back up. He goes up, drives out to the ring, circles like twice, and then he just drives into like the stands, and some lady falls down. So there's all these memes of like the lady like milking a lawsuit and Stone Cold. Like it was just hilarious. He didn't know how to drive this shit at all, but it was on some shit that like if I was a wrestler and they were like, yo, do you want to drive this ATV in there? It's kind of cool. I'd be like, yeah, fuck it. They'd be like, do you know how to do this? I'd be like, no, but let me do it. He definitely did the same shit.
Oh my god, that's funny. I like Stone Cold. He's the man too.
Stone Cold's the man. Like The Rock was the man, even though he wasn't there.
Yeah.
I have a couple quick hot take questions I wanted to ask you before we wrap. If that
hit me with it, then we'll wrap it up. I wanna Crystal pause the Knicks game for me.
Oh. Hopefully this isn't a bad sign. I just broke my Jalen Brunson bobblehead.
No, that might be a bad sign.
Yeah, if there's any like voodoo shit, like if she texts you right now and it's like Brunson just went out with an ankle injury,
bro. So what happened was she paused it for me, but then we get a text from Bobby in the group chat, and it just says bad shot.
Fuck. So that means
I know
we were down.
That means it's probably lost in the last seconds, you know.
Well, that goes to my prediction. I said Knicks in 5, so Pistons have to win 1. Okay. Hot take. Just tell me your thoughts right off the bat. Kids don't belong on airplanes.
No, disagree. It's just a matter of like it's impossible to not have that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna happen. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
But should they shut the fuck up? Yes.
That's such.
Yeah, like don't be crying, don't be fucking screaming. Like just relax.
There should be low key on planes Have like a kids area. Like have a
I
designated
like that.
like kids
I
spot
like
where they
that.
could go play and put them in a soundproof box or some shit. Like
It's a good idea. I like that.
do something.
Yeah.
Um okay, next hot take. Shoes off in the house.
Disagree.
You're cool
Disagree.
with like walking around with your shoes on in the
Yeah.
crib.
So you know me, I wear slippers everywhere because they're the most comfortable.
Yeah.
And like when I'm in the house, it doesn't even occur to me like, oh, these were walking outside. Like I don't
Yeah.
fucking care. You know?
We had so a photographer came over to the house for that photo shoot and right off the bat like he saw all the shoes in the front. He was like, "Is this a shoes off house?" I was like, "Yeah, like you could take your shits off if you want." Like I don't know where his shoes have been. I don't know if he's stepping in like some dog shit at the park or something.
My mom is big on that. She wants the shoes off in the house.
Yeah, I feel like I mean like on the same side of it, you sit on your pants and sweater and you go on a train and a bus and then you're like I'll jump right into bed and sit like on my bed with those same clothes. So it's like somewhere or the other, the germs out there are gonna get in your house regardless of like if it was your
Yeah,
shoes or not.
totally, totally.
Okay, next one. Hanging the toilet paper.
Do I hang the toilet paper?
Well,
Yes, I do.
which way? Which way?
Oh, I literally don't have a rule. However I get it in, I get it in.
Oh, for real? No
Yeah.
preference
You're
on
saying
like
like
if it
facing
folds
you
over or
facing
folds
the
under?
other way? Either way, I've done it both ways.
Respect on that because some people really rock with like I
Under or over.
yeah,
Yeah.
I need it to fold over. Like I gotta rip down.
Okay. I see what
If
you're
it
saying.
comes from like under,
Oh, wait. Never mind. I understand what you're asking now. I always do under, based off what you're asking. Yes, I always do under,
oh wow.
so that you pull it down and you rip it. That's how I do it.
Yeah, like it's like a waterfall, like it's coming down.
Right, but I'm saying, is it the waterfall? Is it facing you or is it facing the wall? That way. I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
I think so. I think we're
Like it's
saying the
facing.
same thing.
We might. I don't know. We might be. But what I'm saying is the toilet paper's hanging down,
Yes.
right? And is it hanging down where you look at it and it's hanging down like as you look at it, or is it on the back end hanging down
No, no, no.
That's
It's
what-
hanging down as you look at it.
as you look at it? Yeah, I don't care about that.
Oh, okay.
I'll do either way. However, like what I'll do is just I'll put it in there
Yeah.
and I won't even think about which way it's facing, and then whichever way it is, it is. I don't care.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. See, I respect you on a lot of that stuff because you're like just very straightforward. Like whatever it is, I'll rock with it. Like you're not like a. I feel like you don't have too many takes where you're like, I need this that way, or like like this has to
I
be
mean,
put on that way.
I kind of do, but it's more particular shit. Like it's very niche shit. Like
Anything come to mind?
yeah, I get triggered as fuck if the kids are listening to a YouTube video and they don't have their headphones on.
Oh yeah, that I mean like
Like,
so
I don't want to hear your loud ass, annoying ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
also in the morning, I get triggered as fuck if I'm sleeping and I'm hearing people are waking me up because they're so loud
Yeah.
in the next room. I am furious over that.
Yeah.
Like, have the courtesy to go further away or just talk a little lower.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's shit like that. That's the shit that I can be really hard on. People know, don't talk to me for the first like hour or two in the morning. I'm not there.
Yeah.
Like, act like I will wake up and I can be just furious by default.
Yeah.
Like, I need time to become a person.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I feel like Molly's on that same wavelength a little bit. How are you with alarms? Are you setting one alarm or are you setting like 17 alarms to wake up?
It depends. If I absolutely have to do something, I'll set one alarm and just get up. But most of the time, my schedule is such that I don't really need an alarm.
Your body
I
will
kinda
just wake up.
My natural time. My natural time is usually 9 o'clock is really my natural waking time, but sometimes it'll be 8 or 8:30
It's
or
a
something
good
like
waking
that.
time. Yeah, mine's like
Yeah.
6.
I mean, people with real ass jobs, yeah, they gotta
Well,
get
I
up
don't have no
early
real
as
ass
fuck.
job, but my body.
But you do in the sense that you got to take care of the kids.
Yeah,
right.
true that.
So that's a real ass job that you got to do it. And
That's
the
true.
kids usually, a lot of kids wake up early, right? Kids don't. They'll go to sleep early, but then they'll wake up early too.
True that. All right, I got two more. So, apple juice or orange juice?
Orange.
Okay. Do you rock with apple at all?
Yeah, but believe it or not, the one thing I'm allergic to is a particular kind of apple juice called Apple and Eve apple juice.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So in middle school, sometimes my mom would give it to me, and there were like 5 or 6 different times where for some reason my legs would be the itchiest fucking. I would have to sit there and scratch my legs until they were straight up like raw.
Oh, wow. I
just
wonder what they
shaped
have in
and
there.
red and shit. And there was some ingredient in the apple juice that was making me have an allergic reaction.
Oh wow.
And to this day, I've never found anything else I'm allergic to. The one thing I'm allergic to is that weird Apple and Eve apple juice. But if it's not that brand,
You're good.
then yeah, I fuck with apple juice. Definitely. I just
Damn.
prefer orange juice.
Fuck
Yeah.
Apple and Eve. It's crazy. Yeah, that's a weird one.
It is weird. It's weird. It's super weird.
Okay, so there's apple and orange juice. What's your third kind of like big three juice to go with those two?
So overall, I'm not even really a big juice drinker overall.
Okay.
Like everybody knows this about me, but I'm the seltzer guy.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
literally
yeah.
drink
Seltzer.
seltzer all day, every day. I
Oh,
don't.
you've
I like
upgraded your
barely drink
seltzer
water.
from like I think I was watching or like saw a highlight from like 9 years ago, and you were wearing you remember when like the company what was it,
Yeah, Polar.
Vintage?
I think it was Vintage or Polar. It was one of those two. Yeah,
I think it was Vintage.
it may have been Vintage. Yeah,
Like
sure.
just sent you like a dig
Mhm.
ton of seltzer, right?
Yeah, because somebody clipped out a thing of me coughing, and I was trying to like stop coughing live, and so I drank the seltzer, and I was like, "Trust me, this isn't an ad." And then I said, "But it might as well be Vintage seltzer. It's the best in the world, or whatever." And so somebody sent that to the company, and the company was like, "We're sending that guy seltzers."
That was smart. And
So
so that was legit like 9, 10 years ago or some shit like that. That was
and
like
people still call me the seltzer boy.
that's what I'm saying. That was like pre-influencer like era of like people promoting products. Like
Yeah.
it would be smart of Polar or Vintage to hop back on like the Kyle train and send you like way more seltzer and way more t-shirts. So do that, please, if you're that company.
I, I do love seltzer. Like I drink it all the time, so
Yeah.
it actually made perfect fucking sense. And it was just very nice of them. It was a very kind gesture of them to just be like, "Here, have it," because you said something nice about us.
I
You
remember
know
coming to your house and like I think it was in the garage or some shit, but you had mad seltzer and you were like, "Oh yeah, that was from when they sent me like
what I drink now. At the same time, so I'll drink seltzer all the time. Every now and then I'll indulge in a soda. Like every now and then I'll have a like a Coke Zero or something like
Yeah.
that. But to answer your question, I'm not a big juice drinker, but if I had to add a third like fruit juice to what you just laid out, I would do what is it? Orange pineapple? I think that shit is banging.
That super banging. So yeah,
Yeah,
when
it's
I get
very
orange
tasty.
juice, I'll get
Very
an
tasty.
orange pineapple.
Delicious.
And like and I don't drink often, but I'll usually get like a vodka soda. But I started getting like vodka pineapple juice,
Ooh,
banging.
that does sound good.
Because if you
That does
mix
sound
something
good.
with orange juice, then it throws off orange juice the next time you have that shit for breakfast. And pineapple juice is kind of obscure where you don't just have straight pineapple juice for breakfast. You
Right.
can mix
Yep.
it with like a little vodka and like be good the next time you have pineapple juice. But it's sneakily like pineapple juice is low key like mad good.
Yeah. No, I agree. That shit is delicious.
And I never really had it, but Molly likes like mango, just like the fruit.
I'm not a big mango guy.
Oh no, I don't like mango, but I feel like mango like Snapple, like mango, I feel like could have a banging juice to go with it.
Yeah, it's possible. Like you said, a mango Snapple might be good.
Yeah,
I'm not. I'm very. I guess I'm kind of picky on my fruits. I'm not a big mango guy.
yeah. I didn't like the texture of it but she rocks with mango hard. All right, this is I think the last one. Is there a case or no case on your iPhone? I think I know this answer.
There's a case.
Oh,
and
there is
it's
a case. Oh, I didn't know that. That was old school cassette tape.
Yep.
I bet you a lot of people listening don't even know what or how they would use a cassette.
Yeah. Nah, I mean we're old now, bro. I miss the VCR days. Were dope as fuck. I fuck with VCRs so hard.
That was like a talent to like rewind and have to stop and like make sure your shit was working.
You could just record shit straight off the TV with the VCR. I
It-
love that
They
shit.
had the dual like VCR joints where like one would record and one would be the other one that was like it was recording onto. Yeah, there was a lot of I think I just saw on X there was a video of and maybe this was fake, but there was someone who like recorded going to McDonald's in like 1982 or some shit like that.
Had to be fake. Had to be fake.
Probably, right? Because they couldn't have been recording like that.
There was such a dope picture, a fake AI created picture, which fooled everybody because it looked like a guy in McDonald's in like the 1980s, and he was smoking a cigarette, and he looked like the ultimate 1980s guy, and then it came out it was fake,
Oh,
and that was heartbreaking because
yeah.
it was such a good picture,
Yeah,
and it so had the vibe of a 1980s McDonald's.
Yeah.
It was a fucking shame.
Yeah, I feel like this video was the same. All right, last thing is I tried to take my contact out last night. I had this written down as the first thing to say. And I feel like I didn't get it out of my eye and I've been searching all day and I feel like it's
Oh.
stuck somewhere in there
Oh,
that I put another contact in now, but I still think that somewhere
oh,
and I don't know anything about eyes to be worried enough where like if that shit goes like behind my eye and starts going into my brain. So I'm kind of worried that because I couldn't find it or see where it went, that I think it's still somewhere in my eye.
How sure are you that it's still in your eye?
I'm like 68% sure that it's somewhere in there still.
Damn, bro, that's rough. See, I don't know. It's kind of hard to imagine that though, because like if you fuck around enough and look up and look down and play with your eyelid, like that shit'll come out if it's
Somewhere,
there.
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have had the same issue in the past, but with the contacts I wear now, it's never an issue.
It's good, right? Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I'm probably overthinking it, but I feel like when I blink, like it's there somewhere. But last night I was going in, like every angle trying to like make, because it folds up. It's happened before, and I found it like at the top of my eye, but I just couldn't find it. But I still have a feeling that I'm gonna do it, and it's gonna be like underneath or some shit.
Bro, I really should have. I forgot to send you the picture of what my contacts are, because like
I need
I
to
feel
get
like
those
you would
shits.
love these Bro, I'm talking to you right now. I've had these contacts in for like 2 months and I'm fine, bro.
And you said you could sleep in them and everything?
I've had them in my eyes for like 2 months straight.
Yeah, I need those. I need.
And dog, and so the only thing every now and then that I have to do is when I wake up, sometimes I have to re-wet them.
Yeah,
Like I pour the
I'll
re-wetting
do
shit in
that.
there. That's it. That's it, dog.
I know.
I'm good.
Yeah.
And then I know to take it out when it starts feeling like, oh, it's a little off or whatever the fuck. Or if I look at my eye and it's a little red, which doesn't really happen
That's what
often at
mine
all.
like. I feel like I don't smoke, but like I feel like my eyes always look a little like glossy red.
But that's what I'm saying is like, so for you especially, because you've always worn the ones you can take out every night.
Yeah.
If you wear these ones that are literally meant to be in your eyes for 30 days at a time,
Yeah.
then you definitely could, even if you don't sleep in them, I guarantee you your eyes would not be red at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, because I tried other contacts that they gave me because it was hard to get the ones I love.
Yeah.
And those shits, none of them were good, bro. They were all doing the same shit. One of them made my eyes red. It was terrible. It
Yeah.
was terrible. There was one that they gave me to try, which were a daily one, which actually were pretty good. But I hated the idea of having to take them out
That's
every
what
night.
I don't like is like every night I want to just sit down and
every
watch
night.
TV. I gotta go upstairs, take them
Get
shit
your
out,
glasses.
go lay down,
Yeah.
and then like I can't even lay down with my glasses on.
I'll send you a picture.
Yeah, I wanna
of my
see.
doc because this could change your life, bro. I mean, for real.
So
This
let
could
me
change your life.
ask your opinion real quick. Did JD Vance kill the Pope?
Maybe. The memes were fire, man. Everybody was just like, this motherfucker is the Antichrist. He's the Antichrist.
Yeah. Well, there was
I mean,
stories saying that like the Pope wouldn't meet with him at first or something, and then
yeah,
turned out
at
that he
first
did.
he sent his deputy to talk to JD Vance about compassion. And then I guess he was like, fuck it, I know I'm dying, but YOLO, let me go out once more and on Easter wave at everybody and shit, and then he died.
It's kind of crazy because the footage is like, I mean, like he looked kind of still with it when he was like talking with him.
He had serious breathing problems.
Oh,
I don't know
really?
what it was. Maybe it was pneumonia or something. But when you're in such a weakened state like that, if he just so much as catches a cold from one of the people there, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah.
And so he had met a lot of people, shook a lot of hands, was driving through the town and waving and shit. And like, you know, did he catch something like literally 24 hours before? I don't know. Usually probably the latency period before you get symptoms for anything is probably like 3-4 days. So maybe not. But I mean, it's like literally hours after meeting JD Vance, he dies.
Yeah.
That is just holy shit.
You
That is just
write
crazy.
a better, or not a better, but like just script something better than that.
I know.
What's your thought on the Pope? Is he like I mean, it's important to have a Pope or no?
I mean, the Pope is the head of the Catholic Church, right? I'm not religious, but you know, my mom's Catholic.
Is she
I was
sad
raised
today?
Catholic. I haven't talked to her about it.
Uh-huh.
But she did. I mean, she's like a loose Catholic, like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
moderate. Like she goes to church once a week, but outside of that, I don't think she particularly thinks about church doctrine or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But in terms of how this guy was, without a doubt, the best Pope of my lifetime.
He was, right?
Like he at least he still had issues. He wasn't perfect. He was bad on some shit like trans people and shit like that. But compared to other popes, way more progressive. I mean, he was a critic of capitalism. He talked about income inequality all the time. He talked about war. He was against war. He was against climate change. He generally was like, you know, hey, actually be like Jesus and treat people good
Yeah.
and shit. He even had some shit that was kind of good about gay people,
Yeah.
right? Some like, who am I to judge type shit. So in my lifetime, he's the most left-wing pope, and I guarantee you the next one is going to be basically Hitler. The next motherfucker they pick is going to be Goose Steppin' in this bitch, let me tell you.
Do they have like a committee that picks, right? And then they put the black smoke out or some shit?
Weird ass, yeah, the weird shit where they do a thing and then they put the smoke out and it's like, shut the fuck up.
So weird how like
Like it's not the year's not like 512. Like, what are you doing? What is this? What is this? We're grown ass men. Like, what are we talking about
yeah, it's
here?
so weird how some kind of just ways of appointing people and way people do things like stay. Like the daylight savings with the groundhogs type of shit. It's like can't like get rid of the groundhog. We could do some other shit
No,
now. Or we
they
know what the
studied
weather's
it
gonna be.
and they studied it and they were like, this is fake, right? And everybody's like, yeah, we don't care. Like, what? It's just what we do.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's stupid. How about you don't do the stupid thing,
And people love that shit. Did Pucks
They do. They eat it up.
shit.
People travel there for we're going to get to see Puxatawny Phil or whatever the fuck his
I'm
name
not gonna
is.
front. There's a spot in Illinois. Well, it was I think it's maybe Woodstock, Illinois. I think it's where they film maybe some of the scenes from Groundhog's Day.
That's a good movie, though. I love that movie.
Mad good movie. I love that
Yeah,
shit.
that's a great movie.
And I was gonna drive down there one time when they did the Puxatawny shit, but I never got down there.
I saw your video when you went to the Full House house.
Yes.
I saw your picture from that, and you were talking about how the house sold
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. It sold for like $6 million.
You got some great pictures and some like really great spots.
I know that I went to the Family Matters house when I first moved out to Chicago too, and then they demolished the shit. I was like, you can't demolish the Family Matters house to rebuild a new house.
They demolished the Family Matters house?
Yeah, it was like a whole big new,
God.
like the whole block, I guess they were redoing, but it should have been on some like,
God.
you know how in New York City there's some shit that like you just can't rebuild or redo?
Yeah, you got to give it protected status.
Yeah,
You
like
have to
Family
give that
Matters house in
protected
Chicago, like build around it and leave that shit.
I know, like you're just ruining our childhood by demolishing that. Like, are you crazy? Oh, when we were driving through Jersey the other day, coming back from New York, I was thinking, like, damn, I wish like one of these days, I want to go see the Sopranos house because that shit is in New Jersey.
Yep. Yeah.
And it's still the outside is still the same. The inside is different, but the outside is still the same.
Some of that shit is cool. Like, yeah, I went to the Home Alone house, Full House, Family Matters, Shameless.
I would love to see. I'm not big on like traveling and shit like that, but for what you're saying, I would love to see those places.
Yeah. Like,
because that's just immediate emotional, like, oh, this is that place.
And the Family Matters one, I'm only remember it through the picture, but I'm on the step. Like there was no, like you could just walk on the step and take a picture. Like it was like you could just go right up the shit. The Full House one I think was blocked off a little bit. And I also went to the Michael Jordan house, but his you could just go up to the gate.
Yeah, I saw that picture too. Yeah, you got some great pictures, man. Just like you have more celebrity pictures than anybody in the world.
I know. I
Corin
gotta
has
do
pictures
some
with
celebrity.
Taylor Swift and Shaq and Charles Barkley and any fucking celebrity you can name. He's randomly got a picture with them.
Did you see?
He sent the Pope a football.
Yeah,
you sent the Pope a football, and there's a picture of him holding the football. You fucking sent him.
Yeah, that one was wild. Because there was a guy who he had told me that he was going to the Pope, and I was like, yeah, sure, that's not gonna happen. And then I worked on the football, got it to him, and he actually like handed it to the Pope. So like from our factory to the Pope's hand, and then he sent me the picture. I was like, oh fuck, this guy really got it to the Pope. Like,
that's amazing. That's so cool. I love that.
That was dope. But I forgot what I was. Oh yeah, like I have a lot of like the celebrity stories and stuff like that. It's just I got to figure out a way how to like tell the story because a lot of it is like I saw Sebastian Maniscalco at the airport, but that shit kind of happened mad quick. You know, like I kind of just went up to him, asked him for a photo. So I don't know. I'll figure out a way how to like kind of tell it. But yeah, no, I met a lot of people. But this is what I was gonna say.
You got to do a video showing every picture you have with celebrities.
Yeah,
I will promote the shit out of that video for you. Because it really is, guys. I'm telling you, me and Corin have been best friends for a long time. I'll be laying in my bed on a random Tuesday night in the spring of 2012, and he'll just be like, "Hey, here's me with whoever, fill in the blank, with some mad famous A-list celebrity." I'm like, "What the fuck? I'm laying in bed farting." Watching fucking TV, you're randomly taking pictures with A-list celebrities. Like, where are you, bro? We just hung out yesterday. Like, where even are you right now?
I also like pay attention to it. Like, I'm locked in wherever I am at. Like when we were in LA, I was just on watch the whole time. Like I'm always like wherever I'm at, I'm just looking to see if someone's there. Like we saw Craig Robinson from The Office, and I was recording him, and he kind of called me out on that shit. But like,
yeah, he was hooking up with a girl,
and it
literally in public display of affection type shit.
Yep.
And Corin was just like taking pictures.
And then I asked him for
And
a
he
picture.
was nice though. He was kind of cool.
No, he was cool about it,
cool
but he called me out on recording him, which I think I looked up. There was some connection to him. I think it was to Westchester or something like that. Like there was something about him that I was like, oh shit, like maybe it was Illinois or something, but he had some connection to like something that either we both went to, whether it was like Iona or some shit. I gotta look it up. But
Interesting.
what I was gonna say is before we hop off, did you see TNT last night? Charles Barkley, they were talking about some guy in like 1980s who set a record off the bench scoring the most points. And Charles straight up was like, is that dude dead? And Ernie was like, Charles, you can't ask that on air. Like that's something you gotta ask off air. Like he's saying this on air. He's like, that's a question you gotta stay for off air. And then Shaq comes in and goes, yes, Charles, he's dead. Tonight they came out. Ernie does a whole piece, and he's like, "We want to apologize for what Charles said." He was like, "It was insensitive and it was inaccurate. He's still alive." You got to see it. He's like, "Is that dude?"
Bro.
He's like, "Is that dude dead?" And Shaq, like,
Bro.
Ernie's like, "Yo, you shouldn't say that." Shaq's like, "Yes, Charles, he's dead."
Bro, let me tell you, I'm gonna watch that on YouTube as soon as we're done here. Let me tell you something. I watch a lot of NBA YouTube.
Yeah.
And I love the NBA YouTube guys. They're stat nerds. They're smart. They make good arguments, etc. But my biggest disagreement with them is that they're massive haters of NBA on TNT.
Yep.
And I cannot fuck with them on that.
Yeah.
Because the whole, I know. They don't know the statistics ins and outs. Yeah, I know. They make a lot of points that are fucking stupid and really old head shit. I know all of that. That's not why I'm watching. I'm watching because they're entertaining as fuck and funny as fuck.
Yes.
Like, and they don't get that. They don't care. They don't care that really ultimately this is entertainment and these guys are prime entertainment.
Yep.
Like, yeah, I watch your shit too and you give me stats and you give me good arguments and I enjoy that. But don't hate on the old dudes who are just like shooting the shit.
They
like,
go hard.
Why does it matter? Why do they have to be right about shit? Right? Like, they could just be entertaining as fuck and they are. Yep. Like, who cares, bro? So anyway, that's my biggest beef. My biggest bone to pick with NBA YouTube is how much they hate the old heads, the NBA on TNT guys.
They go hard.
You know, they even like they hate Stephen A. Smith too. They hate all those guys. And it's like, bro, they're entertainers. That's what they are.
But I was gonna say about Stephen A. He's kind of, in a way, spiraling downward of just like fuck up after fuck up. Like he's having a lot of moments right now that
I agree.
He doesn't look good. Like he's not doing himself any service of like his presidential like run he's trying to make.
100%.
He got into the beef with LeBron.
Yep.
Which was
dumb.
He said LeBron wasn't at Kobe's funeral. He was.
Oh, I saw that. That was horrible.
He had to come back and apologize. And then he just got into the spout with what was his most recent shit?
I know he went on Fox News and said he thinks the Democrats are suppressing his polls because there was one poll that had him at like 7%, and then another poll came out and had him at 1%.
Yeah, like
he needs like, they're suppressing my polls because I'm actually one of the front runners or something. He goes on Hannity all the time, like the Fox News shows. So there's always something with him.
But there was another.
But again, just entertaining.
Recently, he called out the Phoenix Suns owner and compared him to Donald Sterling, like the old Clippers owner who was like racist and like it said all like bad stuff.
The Phoenix Suns owner isn't racist. He's just fucking stupid.
Yeah,
you know.
And the Phoenix Suns owner was like, he's gonna come out and apologize because like I spent $100 million on the women's team. I'm trying to, lower concession rates. Yes, we haven't won, but I'm like actually not a bad owner. And to compare me to Donald Sterling, and then Stephen A. came out again and was like, he's right. I apologize. Like, so he needs to like chill because he's like, to your point, he's negative.
He's a big narcissist.
Yeah.
Have you seen the video of him walking into the arena for some game and he thinks like bro thinks he's the main character, like he's trying to walk with OD swagger, and it's like you're putting this on so hard right now?
Yeah, he thinks he's the guy, but it's like, bro, you're just one of the media people.
Yeah, you're just like a funny guy who's entertaining to listen to.
Did anything ever come to fruition with like Crystal or you like interviewing him?
No, so it was never about me. He was gonna go on Breaking Points.
Oh, okay.
And he agreed to come on, but this was when he was in the middle of his negotiations.
Oh, yeah.
and then the negotiations finish like maybe 2 weeks after, and so he's supposed to come on after that. But
Okay.
I don't know. I'll ask her if
Yeah, I wonder
she's
where.
reached out to him again. But I think he'll come on, but
Yeah.
it's not like a priority for them at the moment.
No. Yeah, I mean, that would be a dope one though to like just hear his take.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun.
But it's just funny seeing him try to navigate like the political waters and just seeing kind of like how out of touch he is with it a little bit, where it's like he
Yeah,
thinks
he
he can get
definitely
away
he
with
doesn't
this
he doesn't
bullshit.
he doesn't have the knowledge.
No,
As bad as much as his sport takes are wrong a bunch of times, like he's way better on sports than he is on fucking politics. That's for
100%.
sure.
And nobody knows him
Yeah.
in the political world. You know, like it's all sport.
Yeah, he's trying, but he's failing.
Lately he has been.
Yeah.
All right, love you, brother. Thank you for rocking.
Love you too, man. Love you too.
Good luck with
Appreciate
the
it.
dog next to you. Hopefully, dog's
She's
chilling.
gone now.
Oh, okay.
Phoebe's chilling now. And now I'm gonna go see the cats after this.
All right,
Yeah.
brother. We'll see you
right.
later, kid.
I'll talk to you, man. Peace.
All right, now we have